remember. Frick!
You probably could have gone live at any time during that, honestly.
Probably, but I figured that like opening on somebody talking about snot wasn't the play. So instead, we were talking about we were doing some other things. We had some people follow over the course of the week, so that's pretty rad. It's a big shout out to Wacko Bane, Brigadoon, and Dr. Point. And if it's not Dr. Point, then I'm going to ask for your... If it is Dr. Point, I'm going to need credentials for all 3 of your PhDs. But yeah, so how was everyone's week?
Busy, man.
I feel that.
I'm tired and still in pain. I went to physio for my shoulder. Turns out it's actually something to do with my spine.
Oh,
it's not been going great at all. Yeah. So I've been pretty much unable to do anything for my job at all. So, yeah, that's me.
Epic. So Brevin's suffering, and that kind of sucks. But
I'm in character, though.
Brevin is in character.
I'm just always in pain. It works. It works.
It does work a little bit.
I wish it didn't.
Really, though, it's frustrating as hell. But we've got some fresh visuals. We did some updating so that the Hands to Hilts show has clearer branding, because it's kind of frustrating when people are like, so like, what's the show called? I got that twice this week. I'm like, I need to fix that.
Oh. Why is this opening? What in the... No. Why?
Ooh. I gotta open up my character sheets.
Probably a good idea.
Incorrect.
You should just try to go without this week.
Oh my god,
I
wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy. Doing a tabletop game without a character sheet, like...
I choose to do nothing because I don't know what I can do.
Yeah, if I wanted to write a novel, I would have gone to school for it.
Let's see.
And that is very real. Like
that's actually a good quote, though.
It's true though. With D&D and like tabletop games, if you have all of your ideas, but you don't need to do a thing. That's what Christian's our audio engineer. One of them. He works on music. He's a very talented musician. He has some very indie vibes. So if you like that, go check out Christian Apollo on SoundCloud. He's got a couple of albums out. I'm blanking on the name of it, but I could probably find it. It's something to do with... it's Struck by Wonder. There it is. So if you're looking for that, his single Shadow in the Deep Blue Sea is pretty good. It's very good for ambient vibes. So if you're into ambient vibes, Christian's got some really good tunes for you. But him and I are working together on an audio drama. So what he's doing, he literally has a script writing class. So he's going to be taking that and running with it. But outside of that, he's got I'm going to be using something called the conjecture system, because I don't know how to write. What I do know is tabletop games, and there's a supplement called the Conjecture System by Conjecture Games. Wow, it's a lot of conjecture. But those guys, they have a really interesting system that effectively lets you roll dice instead of having a game master. So we're going to be using a combination of compelling script writing and conjecture to kind of make a story that's a little bit shaken up, as opposed to just kind of hitting tropes and whatever else we need to do. So it's gonna be interesting. It's still very much a work in progress, but if you guys are interested in horror themed audio dramas, we have that coming in the hopefully not so distant future. But so we've got some people hanging out. We're killing it. Yeah, hot diggity dog. Okay, I think we're just about ready to start recapping. Unfortunately, Rose is unable to join us tonight. So our faithful rogue and saucy mistress, Snongle, will not be able to join the adventure. I'll be writing her out at the very beginning of the session to make sure that she has suitable time for when she returns next week. But in the meantime, we're going to go down the list, starting with Astrid. 3 things that happened to you last week.
All right. Well, first of all, while we were in the glassworks, while Tor and Victor were fighting off Pseudo, I found Amiko tied up in a room, completely unconscious.
You did? What did you do about that?
So I obviously pulled out my healing hex on her, brought her back to life, and she gave us some interesting information that Pseudo kind of snapped, went crazy. Her father's dead because Pseudo killed him, and that he and the goblins are actually working together.
Now, you say her father's dead. How?
Oh.
I'm asking the hard questions, but there was a very specific way that he was killed.
If you would like, I can.
If you can't, we'll go down to Brevin afterwards and we'll let him cover it. But if you can get it before the end of your recap, go for it. But one more thing, Jessie.
Okay. One more thing. We went back, had a good night at the Rusty Dragon, but then came back to the Glassworks the next day, and we're now searching the Catacombs of Wrath.
You guys did opt to rest at the Rusty Dragon before returning to the Catacombs, which I think was a very wise choice.
Mm-hmm.
Luckily, nothing too outlandish happened, but that, I think, is good for your recap. Tor, 3 things that happened to you last session.
Well, first off, the father was solidified in glass. So
Okay.
there's that. That's how he went. So Tor took a few kicks to the head. He also beat the crap out of Pseudo, as well as tortured the man. I'm not going in too far into that, but Astrid had to stop him from going a little too far. And then the other thing that happened to Tor, it's been a surprise to him, but probably not much of a surprise to other people. More and more people have begun to actually like the fact that Tor is in town. Like, not actually like that he's there, but like they enjoy the fact that they have a presence like his against the goblins and stuff. So
the enemy of my enemy, right?
Yeah. So those are the things that happened to Tor.
Okay. And what happened to Longiku Kaijitsu, Brevin?
He was killed by Pseudo and many goblins, stabbed a few times, as well as solidified in glass.
They did solidify him in glass. He was burned alive in it, which is kind of a terrifying notion to die like that. Okay, moving on. Victor, Richard, 3 things that happened to you last session.
I rock'em sock'em Pseudo into the ceiling.
You really did. Man, really had it coming, but damn.
Bonk. I did some sneaking around in the tunnels before encountering some weird, disgusting beast and going back to my friends for assistance. You know, the smart choice.
Honestly, a party isn't a party if you're on your own.
And then, I got surprised by that plant inside that tiny room under the, in the Catacombs of Wrath.
Yeah, that's true.
Some weird plant back.
After you knocked.
After I knocked, of course. Yeah. Just being polite.
The thing did look very strange. It was basically a head with a bunch of tentacles. How did you feel about that coming out at you all scary like?
I didn't, so I punched him. Because that's what Victor does.
Victor is incredibly good at punch him.
Solves all his problems with his...
He's halfway to being a Rock'em Sock'em robot.
Oh, we've got some plans for Victor that makes him exactly that. It's kind of terrifying. But Richard, one more thing that happened to you last week.
Wasn't that 3?
Rock'em Sock'em, did explosion. Yeah, that was 3. I'm a liar. I'm a dirty, barefaced liar. Okay.
How dare you try and make me remember more than that?
How dare I? How dare I?
We only ever memorized 3 things from the last session. Nothing more, nothing less.
Just scraping the barrel trying to remember what the hell happened last week. So you guys are doing your thing. We're going to move over to our map here. Now, as you guys are resting, the creature, this strange head with tentacles and very sharp teeth, is laying on the ground dead. And it's about that point where somebody comes and pushes past you, Astrid. She shoves you aside and comes in. Woman stands basically about up to your hip. And she has a look that could make Tor seem cold, like make Tor seem warm. She puts her hands on her hips and says, "Snongle, you left the dishes undone." And she looks up, terrified. She's like, "Mom, no, no. And her mother grabs her by the arm and drags her off.
How did she know where we were?
How indeed. Gnomes, man, they're weird. Snongle being the youngest of I think she said 14 siblings?
We're around there.
Yeah, 6th sense for where your kids are at and what kind of nonsense. Also, asking questions helps. Like maybe the very popular bartender at the Rusty Dragon, who knew exactly where she was. As
she drags Snongle off, Tor like follows her with his eyes and his finger, and he looks to the other two. He's like, "Is this normal for I guess adventurers and their parents?"
Did that just happen?
Is this a regular thing? Like, is this like a regular Tuesday?
Who knows?
Anyway, we should probably just continue on.
Should have finished your chores before going adventuring.
You can't leave the chores undid. You got to do your dishes. And I'm probably gonna not hear the end of that one. I guarantee it. But for the time being, we're gonna continue with the session. So
yeah.
You guys are after Snongle's very abrupt, basically like
exit.
Yeah, I guess I really don't know how to describe it, but her mother comes in. Abduction is another good word for it. But you guys are now sitting around the well and you're contemplating your next moves.
How deep is this well? How deep does it look?
The well, it doesn't look too deep. It's basically just it's more of a fountain without a fixture. So it's kind of a pool.
Okay. I don't suggest we drink it though, because that creature was in there, and I poke the creature with my foot.
Why would you think I would drink anything in this underground area?
Victor, you know why. And I just look at you, and I turn towards the door, and
You've done a lot of questionable things so far. So
yeah, I'm pretty thirsty right now.
Oh God.
Tord jangles his chain and looks at you, Victor. Come on, lead the way.
All right.
So there's a door to your left.
The Victor would like to peer inside the water first, like see if there's anything in there.
The water it ripples quietly in the circular stone. The rim of the pool itself is probably the more scary part of it. It's basically lined with what you would assume is real skulls, but
yeah,
the water seems stagnant but fine.
All right, I press onwards.
Towards the darkness.
The water actually looks remarkably clean. You would be very surprised. Like, it doesn't seem stagnant at all. It actually seems very clean.
See, I trust that less.
I mean, I understand that.
That creature just came out.
It didn't come out of the water. It was in this room. It was hanging from the ceiling and dropped down on you guys.
Okay. I trust the water a little more, but I'm not drinking that.
That seems like a fair trade. I think so. So, you guys have a doorway to depending on your where you're standing around the pool, to your right, left, or wherever. But on our stage right, there's a door that you guys have not opened yet.
I will
open
open.
it.
Yeah, I will let Victor lead the way.
Oh. Victor's leading the way.
What's the worst that could happen? Lose my other arm?
Wow. Okay.
Top 10 things to do.
Astrid, would you like to be in the middle, or would you like me to be up front?
I'll go in the middle.
Okay, so Astrid, Nox kind of chittering in your ear a little bit. It's he's trying to get comfy, but you can tell he's visibly uneasy being in here. The air is stagnant and there's monsters afoot.
It's okay, buddy. I'm gonna give him a pat on the head.
He will accept that, and he's like, okay, like it's my job.
Head pats now. I'm in here. I'm in for this. I'm in for this.
Victor, as you come up and open the door, you can see that there's another set of stairs that leads down. It's not nearly as steep as the stairs that brought you to this point, but it is still another set of stairs down further in. There's another door directly in front of you at the bottom of those stairs.
Let's see here. No point in stealthing. I already knocked on the first door, so I'm going to approach this one. Not going to knock. I assume my party was very upset by that last time.
Tor honestly just looked super confused.
Ask your party, dude.
What? House manners. We don't live here.
And anything that does live here is probably dead.
That's true. All right, let's kick that door open.
As you open your door, it actually swings inwards, but as you look, you can see that there's a flight of spiral stairs that wind up in a circular pillar into the darkness above.
Darkness above, so they lead up?
They lead upwards. If they led downwards, you'd probably hit the other side of Galarian.
Alright, pretty deep down. There were other areas to explore down here. I highly suggest we go elsewhere.
I agree.
Yeah, let's knock out this floor first.
Yeah.
Well, something you guys will notice is that there is a lot of debris down here. You think that the tunnel, as it ascends upwards, might actually lead to something of a blocked off area.
Oh, so we can assume that it's blocked off right now.
Yes.
Okay.
So this area here is just it's a stairwell that leads upwards to, you have no idea, but you don't think anything's going to come down from it either.
Get in here, boys. Let's go the other way.
There is one thing I did want to say, and I want to apologize to Rose, because I did, and I want to also thank the Paizo forums, because good grief. There's a portion of the map that you guys were at that I spent some time figuring out. There's a section here, and it had no information in the book, and I'm like, what is it? I don't understand. And I had to grab it on the fly, and I feel bad. But as you guys were exploring this part, you could see that downwards in this, there's a hole as you get to the end of this corridor. It's still hewn rock, but it leads down, and you guys can see that it basically leads down into a jail cell that leads into a bigger room. The hole is too small for you guys to climb through, though.
Oh, no, Snongle! Come back.
The only person who can climb through it.
The only person who would have fit.
Probably, but
Nox could probably fit.
Nox could, but do you really want to put your raccoon in a scenario like that?
I don't think he would let me anyways.
He'd probably be pretty unhappy about that.
That's you implying that it's dangerous.
I don't know. You guys are in a very unknown territory, and you've already received hostility.
Also, we're in a place that's called the Catacombs of Wrath, so...
True. Why is it under a glassworks? Why?
Couldn't have been the catacombs of, like, butterflies or something.
Why is it under a glassworks? Why'd they build a glassworks over my Catacombs of Wrath?
That's true.
Yeah.
Why? Why did they do that?
Because of the possible pun they could make.
Also because the Kaijitsus were here later, and they just wanted to build a glassworks, and it was a convenient spot, maybe.
Maybe.
Yes.
Onwards.
Right.
Into the darkness.
Thassalon fell long enough ago that it's very easy to realize how things got kind of skewed. It's very difficult to justify some of the spacing. But you guys are ready to carry on. You guys can head back up the stairs. It seems like this is a dead end.
Yeah, we're gonna make our way back. There were too many like corridors that we didn't know if led to dead ends or not, but don't want to get attacked from the rear. And this is a dead end, supposedly. So.
I will actually lead the way out and then turn towards the area that me and Astrid were gonna go down. So the hallway below us.
So
that one.
You guys head back through into the entry hall where you can see Alasnist, the Runelord, without her trusty Ranseur. You make your way back through, and her crimson visage it elates you guys as you come back.
Crimson?
She's red.
She wasn't crimson before, was she?
It's a red statue, yeah, I think so.
Yeah, she was.
Oh, spooky.
Red marble.
I was assuming something was up. Like, why is this thing glowing red now?
No.
That also doesn't help that I'm glowing red.
That really doesn't help.
Light.
It's exceptionally red.
It's a statue of a strikingly beautiful woman made out of red marble, even though she's monstrously enraged. So she looks scary, but she's made out of red marble. That's why it's red.
Sounds like Thor's kind of woman. Anyway, continue.
What are you doing later? Hit her up her DMs.
Let's go.
I'm not going to move you two yet until we get further in. So you move further down into this.
Is there any way I could preemptively prepare myself so that I am not flat-footed in case something happens?
You're prepared for a fight, but depending on what's on the other side will really dictate how prepared you are. Like the creature that jumped out at you, it was hiding up in the ceiling, and you couldn't see it. It looked like it blended in with the ceiling almost, and it leapt out at you. So you're not sure if you're going to receive more of that here.
Spooky.
So as you make your way up, you can see that the tunnel here widens. I'll bring you guys further over.
That's a little bit of an altar right there.
Just a scooch. So Victor, you come in, and you don't see any monsters. There's no apparent problems here. It seems like it's just an altar. There's a pair of double doors that lead further into the tunnel, but this right here is it appears to be a small shrine, and to the northeast steps up to a platform of gray stone. Sitting on top of the platform is an ancient altar, a little more than a jagged block, and it's made of black marble with a shallow concavity on the top of it. The basin is filled with what appears to be filthy water. So this is a nice little jam, but it appears that whatever is in here is nasty water. The water seems disgusting. Very much a contrast to the well or the pool you guys just saw. This, it seems like if you drank it, you'd probably die.
Ew.
Probably of dysentery later. Like it's
Is there any way I could spill the water over the edge, like tip it over or something?
The actual thing is very. So let me think here. So the actual basin itself is made out of a solid mass of marble. So imagine like a big ass marble block, might weigh about a ton, and it has basically a cut into it that removes part of it that makes almost a basin. So you're strong, Victor, but you don't think you're going to be able to shift 2 tons of marble to spill this water.
Are there any is there anything like any symbols on this altar? Like anything that might say what it's used for?
It doesn't seem like it has any kind of notable markings. It doesn't have any kind of elaborate anything. It just seems like it's it was once an altar, and anything that would have been here has either been removed or it never was here to begin with.
Weird.
Very weird.
It's pretty ornate for some old ruins.
Well, this place old ruins is kind of one of the understatements of the year.
All right, let's push through those double doors. Or can I listen against? I want to listen against the door this time.
You can give me...
Victor's going to be a little more careful. He's starting to get a little creeped out.
That's understandable. You can give me a perception roll.
7 plus 12. Unless I'm listening for a giant. Then it's 13.
I don't think that there's a giant down here.
I would hope not.
I mean, considering how tight these corridors are, if you find a giant down here, he's been stuck here for a very long time. He or she
came down here when he was a baby.
Maybe just like teleported here. Who knows? It would have been an awful, awful thing. Just double checking some things here. So, yeah, there it is. So what's your total, Victor?
12.
12? Okay. You don't hear anything on the other side of the door.
All right. I'm going to creak it open a little bit. See, peer inside.
You peer inside.
Yeah, I'm not going to open the door fully, though. I'm definitely just going to creak it open, like maybe like a crack.
You don't open it fully, but you do get kind of an idea of the room. And you can see that there's another massive pool of water. It's almost crystalline here.
Astrid, do you know what that is? Like like, why is there such crystal clear water underground in ruins that seem to be how old?
So this room, Richard, it looks like nothing more than an immense underground cathedral. This seems like an actual church.
Weird. I'm going to move in then.
The doors are stone, and they stand on either side of the main entrance. Beyond this, so there's a couple of doors off to the side as well, but they lead into runes. The walls are carved with very peculiar spiky runes. In the center of the room is a large pool with a ring of polished human skulls balanced on stone spikes arranged in a circle around the deeper midsection. So that is this ring in the middle of the pool here. They are all polished human skulls on pikes, effectively.
Ew.
At the far end of the room, there's a pair of stone stairways that lead up to a pulpit on which sits a second pool. This is a second pool up at the top. This one is triangular and filled with churning, bubbling water. Looks almost like translucent lava. Yet, while wisps of what look like heat and steam rise up from the strange orange liquid, the room itself is freezing as you step into the room.
Tor would follow in behind him.
Okay.
And Astrid to follow.
So the three of you are in the room. Everyone can give me a perception check.
As Tor walks in, he pretty much just says, "Don't touch anything. Let's respect this place."
Can do.
Natural 20?
Natural 20?
What? Nice.
23! No, 21. 21.
When you realize what you need is fishing for a 20 right now.
Yeah, 20. It's no wait, you said perception, so yeah, 23.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Brevin, you can feel it's a sense more than anything else, but you feel it's almost like you can tell there's something else in this room. Something that's not there. You're unsure what it is, but it seems that it would be that there's something. Maybe the water on the pool shifts in a weird way, or there's a kind of a gust or something, or a breath that's let out. You can tell almost imperceptibly that there's some other thing in this place, and you're not alone.
He just whispers to the other two. Something else is here.
Something else
Be
is
ready.
here.
And Tor would take a step towards the water, and he's got his chain ready, and he looks down into it.
Okay.
And he just stares at it for a second. He's gonna slightly lift his eyes up. He's gonna start walking up towards the bubbling.
Brevin, as you look up, I'm going to need you to give me I'm going to need to know what your flat-footed armor class is, please.
15.
15?
Oh, no.
Okay.
Yeah, that's...
Dude.
So that'll confirm really hard. Just double checking here because I want to see what. There it is. Okay, yeah, that hits very solidly. Brevin, you're gonna be taking. I gotta check the damage on this thing. Oh, that's not bad. Okay.
I just saw Connor's thing in chat.
The Squidward? Yeah, it's kind of terrifying.
It's so cursed.
It's very cursed, but also welcome. So, Brevin, you're gonna be taking. It's not nearly as bad as you think. 4 points of damage.
4?
4. As it's almost like a flit of steel comes out of nowhere, and it embeds itself in your stomach, and then vanishes. You get a glimpse of it just before it disappears again. And it's at that point when a creature who threw it appears.
Oh no. Oh no!
Everyone can roll initiative.
I always
Natural 20 again.
What? How? 3. 3?
That's 2 in a row. 21?
That's a 2 for me.
21?
Thanks for all the not 20s there, guys.
Oh, man.
So that's 3 from me and Luke tonight.
Just giving him the suck. It's welcome to the crit. Welcome to Talk Shit Get Crit.
I will gladly do this.
Oh my god, okay.
Quick question.
Yes.
For my pain is pleasure.
Yes.
Never mind. I was reading the wrong thing.
Okay.
I thought I got bonuses for trying to conceal a miss. That's a different thing entirely.
Yeah, no. You're good. So, I need Astrid's initiative. 2.
I'm a
2.
3 simp now.
Tor.
Oh, well, 3 total, sorry.
3.
Nat 20, 21.
21. And Victor.
10, 12.
12. Okay. Tor, you're going first. Then.
Did we just get a Patreon follower subscriber there?
What?
Simp game is strong with this one.
Toxic SC on the Patreon?
I'm a tier 3 simp now, lads.
It's possible. I guess so.
All right. Well, the simp game is strong with this one.
We don't have a Patreon alert, but we probably should. I'll figure that out this week. But thanks so much, Toxic SC. You're an absolute champ.
Thank you, dude. That's awesome.
Can I get up to this thing?
Yeah, you can. So this thing is floating just above the ground. I'll give you a quick description of what it actually is really quick. So it has ram horns that curl back from the twisted head, and its tiny winged demon, and its tiny body, and it's thin and wiry. This one holds a dagger. It's curved and vicious looking. It has a pommeled crossguard, and overall just seems really, really intricate. It glows with a magical energy as it returns to her hand at the end. Tor, it's your turn. Your weapon is still drawn.
Yep. Axiomatic strike as I rush towards it, and I'm gonna strike out.
Okay, you activate Axiomatic Strike. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Give me a roll to hit.
+5. Probably not gonna hit, gonna be honest. 12 to hit.
It's not enough. Your chains basically burst into their crimson energy as you come with it lashing above your head. You throw it at it in an attempt to strike at it, but it flies a little bit higher. It's very nimble, very difficult to hit. It then goes to its turn. Brevin. It's going to 5 foot,
Yeah.
5 foot shift away from you. What's your armor class?
16.
You're hit.
Oh my god, man.
Oh no.
Brevin, take another 2 points of damage.
Tor doesn't look great.
As the dagger comes flying out of its hand at you, strikes you again. This time, it's in a fleshier part of your shoulder. It's not as bad, but definitely the gut wound hurts. That was its turn. It then goes to Victor.
Oh boy. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. I'm going to move right up alongside her next to that pool of water.
4, 5, 6.
Yeah, could I stand there? There's enough ground there. I'm just very close to the water. Or there.
We'll call it there. I think that's much more. That makes more sense.
Let's flank this.
Avoiding getting pushed into the pool. Do you want to delay your standard to wait for the flank, or?
Tor gets to go before her, doesn't?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we will get the flank. Yeah, I'll hold off on the flank.
Okay,
Thanks, Luke.
You delay your attack. Remember, there are novices in the group, so I am going to be much more helpful, and even if it means helping the veterans, because if there's one thing I know,
It reminds us.
Yeah, it reminds you guys. But
when I'm
also,
playing, I forget everything.
It's also a good example for if Jessie or Rose want to play a different character in the future, they'll know how to play melee characters better for positioning. So that's, if anyone's like, you helped them too much, you're holding their hand. It's like, yes, I am, right. Proudly. So
please hold my hand because I have no idea what I'm doing.
Please. Cue the meme with the drowning kid. So
DMs who help their party.
Oh man.
The party that didn't get helped. Ah!
Exactly. We'll probably have that up by the end of the night. So, Astrid, it's your turn.
Okay. I'm gonna go over to Tor and give him my. I don't know if I do heal or ward hex. You lost 4 damage.
Tor is very much bloodied.
Oof.
Oh, true. Okay, I'm gonna pull out my healing hex then.
Okay. Jessie, give me a roll D8 at your character level.
Oh, 10.
Max healing, 10 points back, Brevin. Oh, man. Max healing's always a good feeling.
Mm-hmm.
Max healing, good feeling.
Yeah.
This lady about to get mucked.
Okay, Jessie, that's your whole turn then, because you came over, you used your standard to heal.
Yeah.
Okay, it's gonna go to the top of the round. Tor.
Tor will move 5-foot step towards her. Bonk time. So bonuses for flank again. That's to
it is a
attack
plus 2 to hit. Yes.
Cool. Natural 20.
Roll to confirm, please.
Oh.
What's your total?
That's a plus 7, so 23.
23, baby. Hey, Brevin, guess what?
Double damage.
Confirmed. You love to see
it.
Yeah. Oh man, tonight's just 20s for days.
So I roll my 2d4 and I'm doubling it?
No, you're gonna roll double the dice.
So 4d4.
4d4 plus double the damage bonus. Your axiomatic strike also goes off. The axiomatic strike is not multiplied, cool. But you will add it as well.
Cool.
So 4d4 plus 2d6.
That's 20 points of damage.
20 points?
20 points of damage.
You come in with a spiked chain. She's lashed at you, but the mistake she made was giving you pain. She hit you with a critical out the gate. You take that blood, you stick your finger in the wound, and you wipe it along your chain, letting it slash into your hand. You spin the chain up. She looks behind her to see Victor coming up for the flank. You bring the chain down, and you smash her across the head. You think it's a her. You're not sure it's a demon. But Zonkathon is not pleased. Smash her across the head, and there's a gout of blood as she basically staggers. You can tell you basically brained her with it, and she has to make a fly check, actually. Let's see what you got here.
As Tor swings it, he just says, "Oh, you should have looked back."
I'm assuming that your actual weapon is going to do a thing. So you did 20 points, right?
Yeah, 20 points.
Okay. Axiomatic Strike, is there anything special about that?
Axiomatic Strike adds damage against chaotic creatures.
Yes.
And it gets it overcomes damage reduction.
It does overcome DR? Does it say overcomes DR or
it's treated as lawful for during this time it's treated as lawful for the purposes of overcoming damage reduction. Okay. This additional damage doesn't stack with the additional damage from axiomatic weapon special ability.
Yeah, it doesn't stack with axiomatic, so you're not going to get double 2d6 on a weapon for it.
Yeah.
No, the actual definition of that was what I was looking for. Okay. Yeah. So because damage reduction might be in play, so I need to keep track of what's going on with that.
But yes, it's treated as lawful for the purposes of overcoming damage reduction.
Indeed. So you smash her. It doesn't seem like it does as much damage as you thought it might do. And you've killed people with hits lighter than that. But this thing basically almost shrugs it off. It still looks like it hurt. There's blood, and it is very badly injured. But you're not quite sure what to think right now. It's kind of wild. Victor, you have your held turn. Your held attack.
My held attack. Bonk time. I only get one, though.
It is
Can't flurry.
Okay.
Let's see here. Big bonk. D20. Boosh. Oh, that's an 18.
And what's the bonus?
18 plus 7.
18 plus 7? That's a solid hit, Richard.
That's a solid bonk.
Yeah, roll for some damage, my dude.
Roll for damage. I didn't power attack or outslug, so I am 1d6 plus 4.
Yes.
Oof! Only 5 damage.
5 points. You feel your fist make contact, but it's almost like the flesh is stronger than steel. You can't seem to actually... It doesn't have that same fleshy impact. It feels like you're almost punching a wall. It would be different if the wall wasn't some floating, feminine-looking demon, but it seems like you did nothing to it. Uh-oh.
Oof, so I am readied.
Okay, so it is now its turn. Okay, it's flanked. That's pretty not cool. So...
Oh shoot, I forgot the bonuses to my attack from flanking, but I didn't end up needing it.
You won't need it, no. So, Brevin.
Yeah.
I need to look a thing up here because there's an ability she's trying to use that I'm not quite sure about. So.
Okay.
You're going to get an attack of opportunity, Brevin.
Okay.
As this creature raises a hand in a mystic gesture. Very similar to what you have, almost visceral red barbs come out of her hand and lash to you. What's your total for the
14?
Save?
14 to hit.
14? What do you mean to hit?
You said an attack of opportunity.
Oh, yes. Okay.
And I'm flanked.
So 14 to hit, it will miss. You go to lash out. Brevin, you are under the effects of hold person. For anyone who doesn't know, hold person, Brevin.
Me.
I need a will saving throw, please.
Okay. Will. I actually have a pretty high will save.
Yeah, famous last words, dude.
18.
18? Okay. It's enough. You can feel the barbs as they wrap around you. It's almost like they're trying to hold you in place. You can feel your joints locking up. You focus on the pain. You focus on the wound in your stomach. that's starting to knit together slowly but surely after Astrid's healing. You basically calm your mind, and it's like the barbs that were wrapping around you fall away. That could have sucked. That wasn't intentional, but I'm going to keep that roll because it's... Actually, that was her turn, so she's going to attempt to move. She'll 5-foot step this way. It's 5-foot step, but she's flying, so...
Yeah, 5-foot fly.
Yeah. It's a shift. It's a shift.
5-foot flop.
Victor's just gonna 5-foot step, wait, I'm gonna step up. We're just gonna continuously keep bonking her.
The creature seems very upset that the spell didn't go off. It's got the dagger still. Victor, you would have also gotten an attack of opportunity on that one, actually, so you can give me a roll. Because she was casting a spell in your vicinity.
Okay. Alright, can do.
Bonk.
Oh, come on.
Bonk.
Come on. I'm gonna power attack this one.
Do it.
Bonk.
Bonk.
You would have still had the flank bonus as well, so make sure you count that.
D20 rule. Oh shit! That's another 18! That's 26!
26 and power attacked. That will hit. Roll damage, please. With the power attack bonuses.
Oh, that's a D6 plus 4, 5, 6. D6 plus 6. Yep. Oh, that's 9 damage.
9 points. It still feels like you're hitting something more solid, but as you make contact, you can tell you definitely did something right. You basically went for a hook as opposed to a jab. You hook, and it gets it right across the face. You can feel that a bone snapped somewhere. It definitely did something much more than last one, as it takes some more damage. Okay. It goes to your turn, Victor.
All right. I take a 5-foot step up and to the left.
So you're skirting along the edge of the pool as you bounce back and forth in your outslug style. Do you want to wait for Tor to set up the flank again?
Now you see I'm pretty cocky. He's gonna full attack, Brawler's Flurry, power attack.
Do it.
That's 2d20s. 11 and 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Sorry, lots of math. -1 from the power attack.
Well, 11 plus 4 would be 15, and that 2 is not hitting anything.
No, it's not.
So, Victor, you're hopping back and forth, and you decide to switch it up a bit. You're trying to be, because obviously you're feeling headstrong. Like you finally landed that solid hit, and you watch Tor rip into this thing. Your foot comes up and tries to make 2 swift kicks at it. It doesn't even come close. The thing just flies a little bit higher.
Oof! Get down here, you.
It goes to Astrid's turn.
All right. I'm gonna go over to Tor and now hit him up with my ward hex.
Okay. Tor, you can feel, it's almost like, I want to describe it as warm, but it's not. It's warm compared to the room, because this room is frigid. But it's almost, the aurora envelops you, and you can feel, it's the strength of the tundra, is what you're kind of feeling. It is the indomitability of barbarians and mammoths. It is thick fur against cold winds. As it wraps around you, you feel more protected.
Cool. So I have a +1 to my armor class?
+1 to armor class and saving throw as well.
Cool.
So
until
you'll also
I'm hit.
Yeah, until you
Excellent.
get hit one way or another. So just want to make sure that we're getting this right. Brevin, you have a +2 to armor class and a +2 to resist saving throws. So any saving throw.
Cool.
It's a resistance bonus.
Oh, so it's a bigger bonus now. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. I have an 18 armor class now. I feel like I'm not gonna get hit. That's a lie. It's famous last words. Don't
Yeah.
take me up on that.
Makes me want to play My Chemical Romance. If it wasn't copyright, I'd do it. So, Astrid, that was your turn. You shift up and you cast your spell.
Yeah,
Tor.
playing the wizard today.
Yeah, buddy. Okay, Tor. It's your turn.
He shifts forward.
5-foot step. You're flanking.
And he's gonna swing
Give her. You have the flanking bonus.
19 to hit.
19 is just enough. Roll for damage. Don't forget your axiomatic strike.
Yeah. 11 points of damage.
11 points. So this thing, you come up and you basically do almost an uppercut with the chain. It comes up, and that's part of what kind of foils Victor's attempt with his kicks, is that he sees you moving forward, like, or preparing to. It's a second guess. He went to go do it, and then by that time, they'd moved. You come up, the uppercut with the chain lashes them directly in the feet and legs. It wraps around, and you pull down. It comes down a couple of feet, but its wings are strong enough, but you can see that you've shredded its legs just a bit. So,
cool.
It will then go to its turn. It's going to make another attempt to do things. So, this thing has so many toys. What do I do? So, as you're doing your thing, it's going to... You'll get another attack of opportunity, boys. Don't forget your flanking bonuses, so both of you can roll another attack. As it tries to fly up out of your reach.
Natural 20.
Hell's bells. Roll to confirm.
No.
You got the solid hit, though.
Yeah.
And Victor as well.
10, 11, 12, 13, 14.
It's a no from me, dog.
14.
14's not enough. You go up to go get it, but you see Tor. The look on his face scares you a little bit. You hesitate again. You look at your flesh and blood arm and it's shaking.
Why are you so spooky?
Because Tor's terrifying.
8 points of damage.
8 points of damage as the chain comes up and slashes at it again. You are a threat, Brevin. So
Tor has obviously started swinging for the wings.
Yes.
But yeah,
you aimed at the wings. You hit them, and they still managed to. This creature still managed to fly up just a little bit more, and it gets out of your reach. It flies over this way, so it flies up 5 feet, and then 1, 2, 3. It's gonna stop there, and it's going to take the dagger. You guys watch as it goes. It takes the dagger and pricks its finger, and holds it over this strange lava triangle, which I didn't know was even a thing, but I didn't think I was going to say that tonight. But yeah, strange lava triangle. Pinches the finger, and a drop of blood drops down into it, and the lava begins to churn. It goes to Victor's turn.
All right, let's see here. Oh, look at it. It got all the way over there. Get back here, you.
It did get all the way over there. What the hell?
Yeah, it did.
2, 3, 6.
Honestly, if Emos had as much power as this thing did, we'd all be in trouble.
I'm going to head up the stairs.
Okay.
This is just a friendly reminder. Treat your emos with respect and loyalty, and they won't start burning their blood in lava.
Oh my god. So
I don't know, man.
1.
I didn't know where I was going with that.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's your move action, Richard. Do you want a 5-foot shift up?
I can't and do a move action at the same time.
You can use your standard to take a 5-foot shift.
I don't think you can.
So
I'm just gonna move right up next to him.
Okay. You move up right next.
And then using my standard action, I'm gonna give him a good old power attack. Just a single punch. Just
okay. Give her.
Let's see here. 20. It's an at 20.
Roll to confirm.
Damn.
It doesn't
This
confirm.
is just the night. This is just the night of 20s.
This is like the absolute opposite of the Night of Blood. I might bring somebody on to talk about that story, but yeah, the Night of Blood was rude. Victor, you hit solidly. Roll for damage.
All right, it's a D6 plus 6. Roll 6, 10, 10 damage.
10
Pop.
damage.
Pop!
Pop, pop.
Sorry, repeat the amount of damage for me again. 10?
10.
10.
On day one.
Oh, how much?
Is that good?
What's the damage? What do I need? What's the number?
Good?
Okay. You bring your one fist up as you move in.
Yeah.
And you smash. You basically grab this thing by the back of the wings as it's focused super hard on its effectively ritual that it's trying to do. And you take its head off of the fountain. Its nose starts to bleed. Small and demonic as it is, but it drips down over its face. You could tell it's having a rough go. It holds its hand up to it, trying to stem the flow. It goes to the next person in the initiative. It's going to be Astrid.
All right. This thing is still hanging on, eh?
By a thread, it seems. You can tell that there are holes in its wings. It seems like one of its arms is broken. Its legs are shredded. The small, dress robe that it's wearing seems to be ripped apart from Tor's chain, and there are bruises all over from Victor's fist.
All right. I can only use my spells once a day, right?
Your spells, you can use each one that's prepared once per day.
Yeah. Okay. I don't really want to pull out a damage spell on something that's pretty much already dead.
Yeah.
I don't think.
Or to save it for when it might be you who's getting dead.
Mm-hmm.
Deadified.
Okay, so.
Let's see here. What else? My hex is still on Torre.
Yes. The ward.
Yeah. I don't really know.
You can. Give me a roll. It's gonna be Knowledge Arcana.
All right. 26 total.
26.
Woo!
You're not quite sure. It seems like it because obviously all of the magic that's used in this place is ancient. This whole place is very archaic, and it's very difficult to kind of remember through teachings. Obviously, you come from an oral tradition society, so there weren't really books, but people did talk about certain rituals. You kind of are starting to piece together certain things. When she pricked her finger for the blood, it's almost like it was a similar ritual to a summoning. You've seen people do that before to invoke power. And you recognize this thing as something that one of your elders called a rune well. It was something it thought lost, and the one thing that you remember them saying is that if you come in contact with one, if it's bled into, be prepared.
So I think we have more on our hands than we see right in front of our eyes.
So more than just a flying demonic bat thing?
Yeah, I think we have a wrath of more coming.
And
oh, no.
It's at that point where the initiative goes to the bottom and something else comes up. It leaps out of the lava, this lava substance, out. It crawls up with its gaping mouth, its tendrils moving in strange ways. The shredded thing, but the eyes are the part that make it even more terrifying. They're bloodshot and red, and that's it. It is glowing in the circles. And Victor, you remember this exact thing that was basically at the door when you entered this place. As it clambers out, it's going to roll initiative.
I'm in danger.
Yeah.
That's what Victor's saying, like just whispering to himself as this thing jumps out of the pit.
I'm in danger.
I'm in danger.
Yeah, Jesse.
Oh,
Jesse,
no.
you didn't have to roll. He was just adding himself into the initiative.
Oh, my bad.
No, you're good. Ow, okay.
Are you ready for this?
Okay. You good?
Never, but like I'm a little better.
Well, Tor, it's your turn, so you should probably probably do something.
Can I get up behind the chica thing?
In order to do it this turn, you're either gonna have to double move. Wait, one. Yeah, 'cause you have to get around this banister here. So it'd be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, you can get up there, yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna get up there. I'm gonna swing.
Okay, give me a roll. You are flanking.
23.
23 will hit.
9 points of damage.
9 points. Brevin. Is your name Ben?
No.
Oh, God. Okay. Actually, it's not. It's right on the money, isn't it? So, Brevin, you come up. The glowing red chains. You're moving with a little bit of haste, but to this creature's eyes, it seems like you're walking in almost a robe with a scythe. You make your way up, and your eyes seem to glow in the darkness in this room. It's almost like a heat is coming off of your body as you come up. You take your chain in both hands and you wrap it around its body. You take both ends of the chain and you yank as hard as you can. The energy from your axiomatic chain basically surges into the creature. Your chain becomes inert, but as you pull tighter and tighter, it falls into 2 pieces on the ground, killing it.
Is the water still bubbling?
So the water in this pit, in like the triangle lava thing, is still bubbling. It is still there.
Is it like the bubbling that it was before or after she bled in it?
Before. It's definitely calmed down since this creature stepped out of it. Speaking of this creature, it goes to its turn. Victor, what's your armor class?
Ooh, let's see. No outslug style, so just 18.
Just 18. So it's going to give you the full attack. So the first attack is going to miss, but then the claws come out. Miss, and a hit. Richard, you're going to be taking 2 points of damage as the thing lashes out at you. It rakes across your chest. Your jerkin's still open, and the blood starts to sheet down across your abdominal.
Oh, pitiful.
And it's going to 5-foot shift this way. It then goes to...
Try your worst.
Funnily enough, it goes to your turn.
All right. I'm going to 5-foot step down. I'm going to give this guy a full round of power attacks for my Brawler's Flurry.
And you can give me a pair of rolls.
Ooh.
Do it to him. Do it to him.
Boom, boom. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 12. Ooh. 11 for the first one.
Which will miss.
And for the second one, 21 for the second.
21 was a solid hit. You can roll for damage.
Ooh. D6 plus 6. Oh, no, D6 plus 7 because of my outslug.
Because of outslug, absolutely.
Yeah.
Almost max damage.
12 damage!
12 damage?
Yeah.
You go in with your prosthetic and you intentionally mislead it with your first attack. You bring your arm across where its face would be and it moves backwards. You use that opportunity to lean forward in your momentum and you shove your elbow directly in its face. It crumples one of its actual, like, weird mouth appendage things back in on itself. It's almost like clacking its teeth together. And it lets out a cry of pain. The blood starts to pour from its mouth a second later. That was a solid hit. How many points of damage in total, Richard?
Oh, I did the math and then I forgot.
12. It was 12.
12 points. Epic.
Yeah, 12.
Okay.
Thank you.
This thing,
Problem.
this thing starts to sway. It's in a bad way already. It then goes to Astrid's turn.
I'm going to trying to move one.
So you can move up to it and hit it with the staff.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay.
Do I still have my staff out?
I assume you will have your weapons out, yes.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I still do anyway.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you move, you can make your way up to it. You are flanking as well.
All right, perfect. I'm gonna go right for the face.
Give her. It is facing Victor right now, so it will be the back of the head, but you could probably dangle the lantern back to have it whack in the face if the hit's solid enough. Give me a roll.
Oh.
Probably not.
No. It's a big no from me.
What is with your guys' nat 20s? What the hell is that?
No, where like
I don't know, man.
I thought this was the time. I thought this was the play.
It's boys' night. It's okay. I just don't have my girl Rose here, so I have bad luck.
Rose, man, I miss Snongle.
Honestly, though,
It's like Snoggle's the comic relief. Like all this is
Yeah.
super
I know.
dark
No.
and it's just gritty. I miss shooting
yeah.
fireworks at goblins.
I need her just playing her little instruments and shit.
Yeah, doodly doot. So you bring the staff up to go smash this thing. It catches it with its hand. You didn't realize that it was already like kind of turning. It reeled a little bit from Victor's strike. It reeled a little bit, saw you start moving. It grabs your staff as you do, and it throws it not out of your hand, but it throws it away from itself. It is very strong. It'll then go to next person in initiative, which is going to be Tor at the top.
I move right up, menacingly walking,
And-
slightly hunched over.
Don't forget, you did kill
Smiling.
something last turn.
I get a +2.
Yeah, you do. Okay, give me a roll. As Tor the Reaper comes up. It's a solid hit. Give me a roll for damage.
Yeah, it is. And I don't get axiomatic strike on this
Uh,
because I faced this thing before and I didn't get it.
That's very correct.
10 points of damage.
10 points. Astrid, as you come up, you swing at it. It grabs your lantern staff, and as it's getting ready to kind of like dismiss your attack, you can see behind it Tor coming up. It's almost like there's a shadow cast over his face, like that of a hood for something. He comes across as an angel of death as his chain comes down on this thing's head and collapses the head down. The spikes and the blood coming off of it just start to pool around it as it fades into some gross ichor and blood, killing it.
Tor quickly whips the chain out of its back, catches it, and then ties it to his belt and begins just looking around. The slight hunch recedes. He stands up straight. The almost crimson smile from the red light glowing off of him
You can also
slightly fades.
You can see on the walls from where your combat's taken place that there are some of these jagged runes have been splattered with blood. It is.
Sid looks at Tor and looks at his chain and is just like, I need to get me one of those.
Zonkathon welcomes you.
I can teach you.
But I'd have to charge.
My milkshake brings out the best of the yacht.
I don't know if that'll work.
I got a really
with-
bad
with
mental
Tor.
image of that one, and
Yeah.
Oh no.
No.
Tor's milkshakes.
Where'd he get the milk though? That's the important part. We need to know. Like,
Please,
Oh,
no.
man.
Tor for ethical treatment of animals.
Yeah, he's definitely an oat milk guy.
Oh god, gross. Okay, so you guys are now here, and you can see that there's this well here that's causing a pulse of energy.
Oh.
That hurts my feelings. I won't lie to you. Milk from Tor's own titty for his milkshakes. Ugh. No judgment except from me. So
He does like self-torture.
I've lost the will to play Tor.
No, you haven't. Give
Wait.
over. Keep going.
Play Snongle for the night.
Oh God, Tor's mother comes. It's time.
Oh no! Oh no!
Okay.
Okay, continue.
So you guys, this room, something you'll notice is it's still very cold, but is it getting warmer? Just a little bit, and it seems like it stops, but it's still cold. But could this triangular lava well thing be the reason that this room is cold?
I mean, for something that looks like lava, I'd be surprised if it did make the room cold.
Well, Astrid, you did watch her prick her finger and put blood into it.
I dump it. Can I pick it up and dump it?
It's another one of those things. It's a very heavy... It's also fixed to the floor, Richard.
Damn, why is everything gonna be so heavy? Everyone pull out the pickaxes.
I'm sorry that we can't be mythic or anything like that, but you can definitely attempt to like break it.
What if we poured the water from the main fountain in?
You try that. So you can basically grab a scoop of water in your hands. You come over and you go to pour it in, and it doesn't seem to do anything. It just kind of like sits in there and then slowly just starts to sizzle up.
I do a Knowledge Arcana roll on it.
So the Knowledge Arcana roll was, you've already gotten what it was. So what you know of this thing is that when you place a drop of blood into the well, it summons a sin. It summons its associated sin. Obviously, this being the Catacombs of Wrath, it summons Wrath Spawn. But that's about what you know about it.
Okay.
It's quite a bit, honestly.
Well, it's definitely not everything, but you oral traditions, some things do get lost, right?
Yeah.
So, but that is what you know about it. She did get like a 17 on the roll. She rolled like a 26, but it wasn't quite enough. You do remember, Astrid, hearing something about these wells. There's more than one. They're all over the place. You do know that there are multiples of these. You know that there are two different kinds of them as well, that there are lesser and greater versions. You would assume, based on the fact that you're alive, that the greater version isn't in the catacombs. But you know that they do present a very great threat if they're left unattended.
Alright, got it. These wells are dangerous.
These wells is dangerous.
Yo, anybody got any holy water? Sorry, I had to go to the bathroom.
I mean, your effective cleric, war priest, paladin man is profane, so no.
Hey, Tor, got any holy water there, bud?
If I did, I'd be burning.
It's literally like asking an Orthodox Jew if they have any pork, like if they've got bacon. That's literally what you just asked him.
No.
He won't.
Yeah, that was the irony of it.
And it's a little offensive.
Oof. Let's see.
Let's check out those side doors. Also, Tor throws the bodies away from the pit of liquidy lava, so that way that it doesn't
you don't want to let the blood seep into it, right?
Yeah.
Brevin, as you're picking up the corpse of this strange demonic creature, it has some gear on it. There's some things. You'll find its knife. It is a tiny sized dagger. It is visibly enchanted. You've literally seen what it does, so I don't feel bad telling you that it is a magical dagger that has the returning property. And it appears to be made out of something other than just pure steel. It seems to be made out of another material. There's also a tiara on its person worth some money. It has a dress that's probably worth considerably less, but you might be able to salvage the actual fabric of it for a bit. And there's also an unholy symbol dedicated to, you guessed it, Lamashtu.
I'm gonna
Tor will take the symbol.
Okay.
And he'll like wrap it up, throw it in his bag. He'll offer Astrid the tiara.
It's pretty small, Astrid.
If you want, you can sell it. I don't care for money. But I think that probably you have the better appraisal than I do. Like, you can probably guess what this is worth or something. I don't know.
Yeah,
Also,
I can probably do that.
This dagger, this is definitely Snongle's. I'm gonna save that for her.
It's not a small-sized dagger. It is a tiny-sized dagger. So it is fitted to smaller than even Snongle. It looks like almost a toothpick.
Well, she can decide to use it as that if she'd like.
It's very true.
But he's gonna give it to her.
Well, I mean, keep in mind, you took a critical hit from that thing, and how much damage did it do?
Not much.
Not a whole lot.
I'm gonna put the tiny tiara on Nox and save it for later.
Nox has a tiny tiara.
It could practically be used as a ring.
Dancing Queen.
Oh yeah, it could. That's thinking outside of the box, Victor. That's good.
Is it magical? Could I wear it as a ring?
You can get it off Nox's head now. Good luck.
Nox greedily holds onto it.
Yeah.
It's looking at you dead serious. It's not. It ain't going anywhere.
Hey Nox, can I just look at it for a second?
It hisses at you.
Just hold it out. Like.
He's holding it very, very tightly in both hands, but he lets you look at it.
I cast Detect Magic.
It is. You're getting some serious magical energies here. I just want to double check and look it up. Because it's got some...
Stab him, Nox.
Honestly, Tor versus Nox.
Oh, give Nox the dagger. He's got his own little pokey stick, too.
Oh, no.
You feel... as you're detecting magic on it, you get a very strong transmutation energy off of it. You can feel that it definitely has that. It is also, like, you're not sure what the material is made out of, but you know for a fact that it is a dagger that will return to your hand if you throw it.
That's from the tiara or the dagger?
Oh, the dagger. Oh, the tiara is not magical. It's just nice.
Cool.
But because detect magic is a cone, you would have still caught the dagger. But that's pretty much the only magical thing that you'll find. There's also some unsavory energy coming off of the holy symbol, but not magical, just unholy.
Yeah, that's nothing new for Tor.
This place is fucking weird.
So I'm gonna take a wild guess and say, and he'll take the holy symbol out of the bag, that this wasn't exactly part of the raid party, but I'm going to guess that followers of Lamash 2 have been gathering these creatures, and he points to the Wrath Spawn. I'm going to take a guess that they've been gathering these creatures in hopes that they can bolster their army.
Well, if they were going to do it, you literally just watch them summon one of them.
Yep. So, more than likely that there's a possibility that these things will be among their ranks. And Tor shoves the holy symbol into his bag. All right, let's check these side rooms.
The side rooms.
Sounds good to me. Victor's gonna head down to the one on the left.
Okay.
Tor will take the right.
So there are...
We're in the same room. If anything goes wrong, we'll just call over.
Okay. So the one on the left. Tor goes to the one on the right.
And I'm gonna head back to the main door right in between.
Okay, so you and Nox are waiting.
Did Astrid do a knowledge check on the pool?
The pool in the middle?
Yeah.
Not that one.
Actually, Tor, with the water, would this be this water? There's so many different wells in this place. I'm trying to differentiate.
Figure out which one's which.
Yeah, there's like 5 of them. It's like, come on, man. Do me a favor, please.
This one just seems big, and like there's skulls on pikes and everything. It seems really suspicious.
Seriously.
I thought that's what I did the first knowledge check on. That's why I asked to do it on the shrine after the
Oh, yeah,
that
yeah.
thing.
So this actually doesn't give off any kind of magical energy. It just seems like it's a decoration. It seems like it's very sinister, but it is a decoration.
It really brings the room together, Luke.
Ties it off so nicely.
Is the water clean?
Water seems clean, like it seems crystalline. It's weird. The pool. Let me get the proper description of that.
I mean, I guess demons got a drink too.
Yeah.
Maybe it's literally just a well. Like
In the center of the room, there is a large pool with a ring of polished human skulls balanced on spikes, arranged in a circle around the deeper midsection. It's just a pool, from what you guys can tell.
All right.
The water seems water, like it seems clean, but it doesn't seem like it's much else.
Splish splash.
Anyone
Victor
want to go
likes
for a
take
dip?
bath. None in particular.
I'm not swimming in this.
These rooms, guys, as you go into them, you can tell they were probably used for storage a long time ago, but whatever was in here being stored has long since fallen apart.
Okay.
So it's crumbled into nothing, like it's dust and nothing else.
All right.
Victor has an existential crisis. Everything crumbles eventually.
Oh no. Don't have it.
Even you.
Why you gotta... No.
Everything crumbles.
Can I do a perception check on the pool of water? Just see if I can find anything. Like maybe anything was dropped inside.
For sure, give me a roll.
All right.
Ooh, that's good.
22.
I feel good.
22.
22, you reach in, and although the water on the top seems clean, you reach in and you're using your prosthetic, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Okay, because your real arm, this will feel real gross. But you scrape it along the bottom, and what you pull up is basically, it's like pond scum at the bottom, but in the pond scum, you can tell that there are, like, it was almost a glimmer at the bottom that kind of drew you to it. Everything else seemed kind of like, all right, cool. But in the pond scum, there's a big coin in the middle with a face in profile, similar to the screaming red face outside. There are rubies inset in the eyes, and on the other side, you can see that there is a rune that you cannot read. It's jagged and spiky like the ones on the walls.
Ooh.
The coin is about an inch in from the palm of your hand. So as in the center of your hand, it sits there quite nicely. It's almost like a silver dollar, maybe a little bigger.
I mean, this could be worth something. I'm gonna pocket it.
You stick it in your pocket. It's gross and pond scummy, but it's in your pocket.
Can I at least wash it off first?
You take it and you put it in the top part of the water and you go shake, 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 shake. You kind of clean off your prosthetic a bit. You get some of the pond scum out. You make sure your joints are all unhindered. And you have this coin. It's shiny. It's bright silver. And there's the screaming woman's face with the rubies inset in the eyes.
I mean, coin collector might find this rather appealing.
Or
I mean, I don't.
Or someone that collects Thessalonian relics.
Ooh, it can be worth quite something. All right,
Okay.
let's pocket it. Move on.
You guys are at the exit. Carrying on.
Carrying on.
Oh, that's an itchy beard. I'm not about it.
Woo.
So you guys make your way back. I'm basically going to say, because Victor's still taking the front, right?
Yeah.
So you guys make your way back to the marble statue. There's only one way you guys haven't explored properly.
Yep.
And that's directly up. Come on now. There we go. So Victor, you want to knock this time?
No, I want to boot fuck this door in particular.
Okay.
I'm glad you know.
Door's getting beat.
He never opens the door the same way every time.
Okay, BF'd. Let me also hide this real quick. So, the door comes in and you take a step inside.
Knock, knock. Anybody home?
Well, you see, as you come in, you take a couple steps inwards, and you can tell that you can hear some kind of like clattering over to the left. And
you can't hide.
They really can't, because they're over here. There's two more of these creatures. They seem to be fighting over some kind of skull. It's almost like they're trying to chew on it, and they're fighting over these almost like powdered bones. They're snarling at each other like animals that are trying to get what they want. They're very much just not. They're kind of stupid.
Are they paying attention to us? Like, do they know that we're in here in the slightest?
As soon as Victor says, "Hello, anybody home?" their heads wheel around. Roll initiative.
Look, Victor just adds a little excitement.
Honestly, yeah.
18.
Give me 1
13.
second. Shooting the gun. Hang on. Hot up. So, these dudes got... Okay, Astrid.
13.
Tor.
18.
Victor.
11.
Okay.
How's your guys' damage been?
Like-
Victor's feeling fresh. He's
Tor looks like a brand new man. He also would he still have your ward on?
Yep.
If you haven't been
'Cause he
hit,
hasn't
then
been
yeah.
hit. Cool. He's still got your ward on.
Nice. You're glowing very nicely today, Tor.
Ow.
Thanks. The blue matches with the red, mixes quite well.
Looks great.
Also, Richard, I wouldn't have noticed unless you said something.
Yeah,
It's-
same
my
here.
right nostril is literally congested, and it just keeps making my voice crack.
Welcome to allergy seasons.
I did not realize until like that happened until you said it, and I went, oh yeah.
Oh, it's driving me crazy, like having the hiccups.
Oh no.
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
Ugh.
So top of the round, it's Tor. You're at the back of the group. You haven't seen
Yeah.
anything just yet, but you can tell that Victor's tensed.
I'm gonna push past Astrid.
You make your way up. 1, 2.
Do I see the things?
You can see them as you step out from around this corner. There's this out in this room. Actually, it's a large chamber. It was at one point a prison. You can see all the cells lining the walls. There's a rickety wooden platform that you guys are currently standing on. It has 2 flights of stairs. It overlooks the room, and it effectively is 5 feet wide. It leads off into another room off to the right-hand side. The 2 stairs lead down 10 feet, and on the northern edge of the platform, there's a walkway. So this whole thing, it creaks under your feet as you guys are making your way over, but it seems like this is a place where people would walk to try and, like, not look at the prisoners, basically. It was an upstairs and then leads down into the prison holds.
Well, Tor usually hunches his back when he's like ready for a fight, but this time he's walking down the steps pretty much like straight up towards the things. Can I get down and attack?
You can. So that's 6.
Cool.
Brevin, you can give me an attack roll.
14 to hit.
It's just enough. You come up, and the things are... It wheeled around to go and see Victor, and you push past Astrid. You come basically stomping up, the wood buckling almost under your feet. You come up with the spike chain, whipping it off your belt. You bring it up and down. Give me a roll for damage.
8 points of damage.
8 points. The first one. As you come in, you smash it across the face. It looks down at the ground, and you can tell you've done some kind of like interior damage. That's probably the biggest part about your character, Brevin, is that you almost never actually cut things. And when you do, it's because you're ripping them open. Your spike chain is horrifying. because it mainly is meant to deal blunt damage, but it does spike damage as well. So the spikes dig in, and it now has a couple more holes in it that it didn't need before.
Cool.
Next, it's going to go to
that's
them.
me.
This one is going
Oh
to...
no! Tor!
This one's going to shift down. Tor, what's your armor class? Twice.
18.
You're super hit with one. As it comes in with the Ranseur, you'll recognize the weapon from the statue that Snongle took.
Cool.
The first
so after the one hits, I won't have an 18 anymore.
That's correct. So the first one misses, so that's good. So it comes up with the this one stomps up with the Ranseur and swings. You duck underneath it, but the other one basically had your number, brings it down and hits you across the head. It's going to roll some damage.
Damage. It's gonna roll some damage.
Ow!
Brevin, you're going to be taking 5 points of damage as the Ranseur comes down and clubs you over the head. You can feel that there's a small gash opened at the base of your neck. It's like it was trying to break your neck in half with the force. So, it then goes to the next in the initiative, which is Astrid.
I'm gonna get up beside Tor.
Okay.
I'm gonna hold out Nox by the tail, and he's gonna grab onto Tor's foot and give him a healing heck.
Okay. It will still provoke an attack of opportunity because
Okay.
you're pretty close, but it's absolutely okay to do that. So, as you're basically holding him by the tail and letting him reach out to go grab Tor, the Wrath Spawn will lash out at you. What's your armor class?
11.
And I rolled like shit. So,
Thank God. I have no healing spells.
it goes to lash out at you, but it's surprised by the raccoon. It almost, like, stops for a second, like, a raccoon? Are you fucking serious right now?
Seen a trash panda before?
Astrid, you can give me a roll. It's going to be your D8 plus your character level.
6 total.
6 points of healing, Tor.
I am full. And
And then it goes to everyone's favorite boxer, Victor.
Oh, what am I gonna do?
Something
Stairs are pretty cluttered right now. I'm gonna fucking jump over the railing.
Do it up. Give me an acrobatics roll.
Acrobatics. Poof. 6 plus 5. That's an 11.
11 is enough. You take a step over, and then you basically vault over this rickety stairway. As you land on the ground, you can feel that the thing actually had given way, and you use that momentum to ride it down. You land on the ground, almost in a superhero pose. So you were here.
Down.
1, 2, we'll call that two spaces of movement to get down, and then 3. You're in.
Ooh, or could I flank? Because I could move diagonally and then to the left, so that went flanking with Tor.
You could. And he's already taken an attack of opportunity, so yeah.
Yeah, that's what I wanted. Yeah,
All right,
fuck you.
You're in, and you're flanking. Give me a roll.
All right, punch time. Power attack.
Sometimes you just have to yeet yourself at the problem. And in this case, Victor's yeeting himself at the problem.
Yeetus.
That's a 20 to hit.
20 to hit is a solid hit. Give me a roll. Damage.
Oof. Boom. D6 plus 4, 5, 6. D6 plus 6. Oh, 9, 10, 11. That's 11 damage.
11 damage. That puts it to amazing. Okay. Victor, you vault over, you ride the momentum down, and you land in that three-point landing. You use your prosthetic arm to brace yourself because otherwise your elbow probably would have broken. You continue using your forward momentum to basically pick yourself up. You come up, your arms pumping, you bring your hands up over in a sledgehammer blow. You slide in and you take the guy's head and beat it into his companion, basically. It stumbles back into it, unconscious, and hits the floor hard. A pool of blood starts to form around its head.
I thought you were about to give me the Doom Bonk.
I don't know what the
The
Doom
one-
Bonk is because I never played that game.
Doom Eternal. It's a new glory kill. You just bonk
Oh
them
my
on the head.
gosh, yes.
Yeah,
Amazing.
yeah, their head goes into
Oh.
their body.
Bonk time.
Yes.
So this one bounces off the bars behind it, and the other one basically slumps to the ground in front of it. It then
That's my
goes
turn.
to the top of the round. Tor.
Tor will 5-foot step. And then he's going to whip.
Watch him
Spike
whip.
chain.
Give me a roll.
No, that's a 10 total.
It's a thick miss, my dude. So you bring up the chain, but this one is still reeling. You bring it up, but it clangs against the bars as it misses right over its head. You overcompensated. You're trying not to hit Victor on the other side of it as well.
Yeah.
It then goes to
Trying
its
not to.
turn. Victor, armor class.
Armor class is 18.
Nope. It doesn't quite lose its weapon, but it looks like its grip on it wasn't very good. It lashes out at you, but you basically dart back. It then goes to Astrid's turn.
All right. Right over everyone's head, I'm gonna do an ear-piercing scream from a couple stairs up, right at this thing.
Are you sure?
Not anymore.
The classic question, man.
We gotta do this,
It is a fair question, though. It is a fair question.
My friend, he makes D&D games, so we have a lot of good fun. Oh man, my friend emotionally manipulates me on a weekly basis. Oh,
That's the real explanation of D&D and Pathfinder.
it's both like role playing generally.
Yeah.
It's emotional manipulation of people for the better, and that's
Yeah,
that's the worst part.
You emotionally manipulated into just giving giving Tor my ward hex. So
Okay. You
I'm gonna go do that.
Okay, you take a step up. You're gonna take an attack of opportunity. What is your armor class?
11.
It'll
Ah!
miss horribly.
Get right.
It was so hot.
You come up and
Oh.
your hands make their mystic gesture. Tor, the room actually gets a little bit colder this time because last time the room was way too cold. But now it's a pleasant chill, that autumn air that basically envelops you as this mantle of energy. Aurora blends itself and settles over you again. This feeling is pretty good, which is Onkathon cool with that? Who cares? It
And
goes,
basically whip knocks around like a fan by the tail. To get the hex going on you there, Tor.
I'm waiting for you to just aim him towards the sky and start flying off like freaking Mary Poppins.
the Nox copter. Woof.
Yeah.
It goes to your turn, Victor.
Slide to the left.
Side to the right.
Crisscross. It's a much different kind.
Crisscross.
It is a much different kind of crisscross, though. I'm assuming you're going for that full attack.
Everybody,
A
clap your
flurry
hands.
of heavy punches.
Are you power attacking?
Heavy punches. Yes, I
Okay.
would like to.
2 stomps this time.
So I only get a plus
2
4,
bonks
I
this
can
time. Let's go.
two.
I'm gonna wait and see what Richard rolls here before I continue with that.
Please. Please.
All right. 2d20s plus 6 each. Oh, wow! Woo! That's 20! 2 20s! Oh,
Dirties. Oh my gosh.
not
man.
dirty ones.
Double down on dirty 20. Okay, both hit very solidly.
Oh boy, that's let's see the damage from power attack. It's d6 plus 6 and out slug style. 2d6 plus 7 for each one.
Yeah, 2d6 plus 14, wouldn't it be?
2d6.
Yep. So 2d6 plus 14.
So the first
So
2d6 plus 4.
So 18, Richard. Oh God.
18 points?
18 points of damage.
Okay.
Unless he's got DR, then we'll have to do them separately.
Well, we're not doing it separately because your leg comes up as you're doing your outslug style. You hop to the left, slide to the right, and your foot comes up in a roundhouse kick that puts this thing's head directly through the bars of the cell behind it. You then take it by the scruff of its like weird shirt thing and you pull it through. You basically push down with your prosthetic on its shoulder and snap its neck.
Ooh. Float like a butterfly. Sting like a...
Sting like Victor, because bees
like
don't
a
do nearly
walrus.
enough damage. Okay, you guys have cleared this room.
You I've got Tor's just like standing there. He looks up at you. He gives you a thumbs up. And he turns and he starts looking around the jail cells.
The cells are remarkably empty. The only things that are in them would be basically skeletons and bone dust. That's really all. Like the things that were in here died centuries ago. Maybe hundreds of centuries ago.
Is the only path to continue walking forward the on the wooden platform?
Yes, that would be correct.
Okay.
Is there a market for dead Thessalonian bone dust? Just grab a broom and dustpan.
Oh gosh.
Well,
Maybe it's used in magic. I don't know.
Well, here's the real question: Are you willing to push your luck on that one?
I don't want to desecrate the dead, or like I don't know. This is their final resting place. Victor won't. I would.
Victor, leave them.
Victor won't.
It's unsanitary.
Tor will lead the way on the platforms.
Okay.
Also, he's walking with a air of almost like he's home.
Oh, this is your place. These are your people.
What, a prison?
Yep.
Did he stutter?
No, I guess he didn't.
There's a door in front of you, Tor.
Tor opens the door.
Oh, actually, that's a hallway. You guys actually have a clearer shot. There's now a hallway to the left. There's a hallway to your... Sorry. There's a door to your right and a door right ahead of you. It opens into kind of a bizarre little chamber here. Is this one? No.
Tor will turn towards the door on his right, and he will open the door on his right.
One moment.
Yeah, of course, my dude.
So this room, it's got several ancient relics, and I'm saying this because I think this is relevant to you, Tor. There's a reason you feel like home here. This room contains several ancient relics of what appear to be torture implements. Although their function and style seem strange and archaic, in one corner sits a spherical cage with spikes protruding inwards from the iron bars. In another stands what appears to be a star-shaped wooden frame. Its surface studded with hooks, and in the center of the room is a long table covered with leather scraps and a number of cranks that seem designed to rotate and swivel.
Tor just names them off. No.
Yeah, you wouldn't know what they're called, but
no,
you could definitely improve upon them.
Yeah. Do I have paper?
You wouldn't have any paper, but they're not going anywhere.
That's true.
They do appear to be decayed and rusted to be able to be used.
Are there any like singular like tools that were obviously like handheld?
You pick up what appears to be a pair of tongs, but with spikes on the inside of it. It looks almost like a man catcher meets a pair of like glass blowing tongs. But as you pick it up, it actually breaks in your hand. The metal is brittle and fragile.
Tor openly says, "That's a shame," and then he'll go towards the right door.
Okay. You come over, and you find yourself in an ancient study.
It's a shame that these works of art are decaying.
So, this room, this is a crumbling remnants of several chairs and a long table clutter the floor of this room. To the south, there's 3 stone doors, each bearing a strange symbol that resembles a 7-pointed star.
We keep seeing this 7-pointed star everywhere.
Yeah.
Seems like there's a trend.
Yeah.
Thessalonian.
Tor would open one door. He'll open, middle door.
Okay, you open up the middle door, and there is within this door, there is a single skeleton. It is horribly deformed. One of them, this one in the center, has brittle arms. It has basically 3 of them, but they appear to be, like, one of them maybe didn't have, like, the other half of a radius. The other one was too long. The other one had stumpy fingers, and the hand barely formed. It seems like it's some kind of mutation in this skeleton, and you're not sure.
Tor will check the leftmost door, and then he'll go to the rightmost.
Yeah, so in all the doors, you'll find another one in a similar case, but it has an enormous skull that's been misshapen. The third one on the far right-hand side has a rib cage that goes all the way down to its pelvis. The pelvis, with stunted legs, and the bones are strewn throughout its strangely flat girth. You can also give me a roll, Tor, as you explore this room. The other 2 are kind of standing outside. Give me a perception roll, please.
13.
13 is not enough for what you needed, but you don't find anything of note in here. So yeah, that's what you find in this room.
Do these bodies, do these skeletons almost kind of look like a lesser version of the wrath spawn that we've been seeing?
Even worse, they look like people.
That makes Tor feel a little bad. Tor will close the doors for them again.
The mark of the 7-pointed star gleams at you as you close each of the doors.
Do I know what that is for?
Do you have knowledge history, my dude?
No, I do not.
Then you don't.
Okay.
I do. I can help you out with that.
So Astrid comes into the room.
Astrid,
Astrid, you can also give me a perception roll.
Okay. 13.
Okay. It's as described. You can now give me a history roll, please.
And that one will be 18.
18?
No, 17. 17. Math.
That's still exceptionally good.
17.
For rolling an 8, that's still amazing.
She's pretty smart when it comes to l'histoire.
Yeah, you are pretty good at that. I'm just double checking here to make sure that I've got the thing. So, I'm gonna say that that's enough. So, you remember from one of your elders. It was one of the crazier ones. They were the ones that everyone kind of like acted friendly towards, but they said some weird stuff, and it was a little bit. But you remember the word Sahedron. But other than that, you don't remember anything. You kind of wrote it off as a bad idea, but you remember that this mad old man who lived in your village, he wouldn't stop talking about a 7-pointed star called a Sahedron. And he was rambling about this for about 6 months before he finally died. He was very old, but he was also, you chalked it up to dementia before, but here it is, a 7-pointed star and a name attached to it. Maybe somebody in town will know more.
They seem to be all over this place, so it's definitely worth asking more about. Definitely.
Honestly,
how would you spell that word?
Sahedron is spelled Sihedron.
Cool. That's all I need.
Jessie, does your character know Thessalonian?
I believe so. One sec. Yep.
Okay. You'll recognize that the word Sahedron means shattered star. That is basically the extent that you'll know. But that's based on conjecture from knowing the language and memory from some crazy old guy who you'd written off as a bad idea.
Crazy people maybe do be spitting the tea sometimes.
Sometimes you can't take everything at face value.
Mm-hmm.
Because even though he scared you as a kid, he apparently had something to share.
Tor will then open the door in front of him.
Tor moves forward, and he opens the door.
He also will say, "Thank you, Astrid."
There's another set of stairs that lead down here. They go down about 20 feet.
Victor, would you like to lead the way?
Oh, make me lead the way. I see. He's gonna like brush past. Like, sure, you just want me to get hit.
You've been pretty good with the doors so far.
He blushes.
You make
Just
your
try
way.
to be quiet this
I'm
time.
not trying to get into your pants. Shut up and go through.
What is he,
Well,
Ben
that's
Vinder's
like-
daughter?
Tor will then let Astrid go second, and he will be the last person.
Okay, there is no door at the bottom here, Victor. What you do see
A lot of
is
boxes.
little
Whatever.
boxes, little boxes. Something about made of tacky-tacky. The ceiling in this place is strange. The ceiling of this strangely cold chamber arches up into vaulted heights. It's about 20 feet up. So you can tell that there's some height here. The floor contains 11 wooden lids strewn haphazardly over 11 5-foot wide pits in the ground. From the darkness within these pits, you can hear echoing up a strange shuffling sound, and every so often, a low moan.
Like, can you simulate the moan, Luke? Can you? I want to hear it. Not what I wanted, but I'll take it.
I'm not doing that, Richard. It's not happening.
like a zombie or like
It seems like
a dying person.
a bit of both. Seems like it's in the right zip code.
Okay, cool.
All right.
Is that a
But
gobbo?
what you do see at the far end of the room is the most hideous goblin you have ever seen in your entire life.
Ugh, it's ugly.
It's probably the same thing about you, Victor, and about me.
I bet you even Snongle would call this thing ugly.
No, Snongle likes to snug everything.
Snongle likes to snog.
Gross. So,
Snoggle, yeah.
woo! So you guys have you guys see this thing, and it looks over at you, and it says, "Anything for my queen! My queen!" The thing has freaking 3 arms, for crying out loud. It has a sword that appears to be made out of flame. And
oh my god! And it's simping.
it's simping so hard.
It's no Sim September. Come on.
No simp September. No simp anytime. Don't simp. If you're not married, you shouldn't be simping.
I run at it.
Okay, you can roll initiative for me, actually.
Oh, I'd love to.
Oh, bad roll. 3.
Finally.
Just
Yes.
before the combat starts, he says, "Carovis will do what Queen
That's
Illyrium wants."
1.
Hell yeah. Astrid, you're going hella last. But it's better to have it then than in a combat. So,
That's very true.
this thing did say its name, if you guys
Yep.
heard that. So,
Corvus.
and he
And
mentioned
Queen
something.
Illyrium.
Queen Illyrium. It's a name you guys haven't heard yet. It's kind of strange. So, you guys. He has a stat block, doesn't he? Stupid goblins. Why they gotta have stat blocks? Okay. Going down the list. Astrid. Nat 1.
Oh, Pigu.
Tor.
3.
Victor.
14.
Hell yeah. And this cheeky devil got not bad.
She's a cheeky boy.
Yeah, top of the round with Victor.
I'm gonna. Oof. I'm gonna 5-foot step in.
Okay.
And I'm gonna ready an attack with ready my standard action as an attack.
Okay. Astrid, because you got the natural 1, your turn this turn will be considered. You're not going to get a turn for the first round of combat. You basically freeze. You see this thing, and it is hideous. You've seen some pretty ugly things in your time. You've literally lived in the tundra and fought monsters with your brothers and cousins and uncles, and you've seen some things. But this thing is an abomination. It is a crime against nature.
I am appalled at you.
Indeed. It's going to go to its turn. How fast does this thing move? Damn. Okay. So it's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. As it charges at you, Victor.
So, can I interrupt and hit him now?
Yes, you absolutely can. If you had a brace weapon, you would have slugged the shit out of him, but unfortunately.
Oof. All right.
It's still funny. He starts running at you and you're... Boom.
Man,
Just get my fists ready.
honestly, if I was thinking memey enough, I would have given this guy a Uganda Knuckles voice, but like, oh well.
Dead meme. Just put it out of its misery.
Yeah, seriously,
Oh,
but
man.
that's what you guys are about to
That
do with this thing.
picture.
That picture.
Oh, isn't he pretty? Oh, look at him.
Oh,
Look at
Oh no! Ew.
You now
It's
understand.
It's a flaming sword, you said.
The sword appears to be on fire, yes. But yeah,
Damn.
you understand, Astrid, why you're pausing for a second. This thing is hideous, and it's got a third arm.
Like it's like one of those things where you can't look away.
Yeah, it's like, oh my god.
Like
Like trash reality TV. Okay, so you can interrupt now. You can give me an attack roll.
I'm gonna put some weight into that attack. Power attack.
Power attacking.
All right. 60, 20 plus 6. Roll. Oof. That's an 8. 8 total.
It is terrifyingly fast for a goblin. You're readying up your strike, and it comes in. You go to punch at it, but then you forgot that it was a goblin, and it's actually a lot shorter than it was. It seemed a lot taller from over there. You go to sweep at it, nothing. You get nothing but air.
Yep.
Oh no.
And start back and forth event.
It's not a critical, but Richard, for his first attack, you're hit
What
as
was his
hell.
for you, bud?
His second attack with one of his other arms.
Okay, 18. There's no way that beats 19.
No, it's not quite enough. So the 18 with the bonuses, you're definitely going to be hit with the first one. So, Richard, you're taking...
Oof.
You're going to be taking 7 points of damage as this vicious-looking longsword comes and slashes into your body.
Oh.
The disgusting part is, this is a goblin, which is a small character, a small creature, but it's using a real-ass longsword. Like, that's a long sword fitted for a man, and it's using it in one hand.
Okay.
It then goes to...
Why?
What did I even write there? Why did I put a 3 there? It should be Tor. That's why I did that, because that's what you rolled. I'm an idiot. Wow.
Yeah, Tor got a 3.
Yeah, no, because I write what I do. I have your initials. So I'll do, like for this guy, he's Karuvis. So it's K, A, T, and V. And then I'll write the number you guys rolled next to it. And then I'll write them in order for initiative. And I put VK3A. I'm like, why did I put a 3 there? What? Oh, man.
Okay.
Sometimes you just got to drop a 3. Tor, it's absolutely your turn.
Yep, and Tor still has the ward because he got another ward on him.
Indeed.
He's going to run up and try and get beside Victor.
To do that is going to provoke an attack of opportunity.
I mean, I can't end my turn on the same space as
No,
Victor.
you can't. If you want to get into the room, you're going to have to provoke.
Yeah, I'm going to do it.
Okay. You move up through Victor's square and in. You're scooting past him, but this thing lashes out at you with its longsword. What's your armor class?
18.
18. It misses you.
As it swings out, and as I dodge around Victor, I swing up at its extended arm with the spike chain.
Give me a roll.
21 to hit.
21. You hit solidly. Roll for damage.
I didn't axiomatic strike. Balls.
You fool.
So after this, Tor will axiomatic strike and like shake his head like, oh.
Okay.
Oh, fucking idiot.
8 points of damage.
8 points. You lash into this thing. The chain wraps around its arm once, almost holding the longsword in place. You yank on it, and it rips apart part of his arm. It still has a firm grip on the longsword, though. This thing is horrifying. It looks like it doesn't even feel the pain, even though you've done visible damage. This goblin freak! So at this point, Astrid, you blink a couple of times, and you realize, oh, there's a fight. Oh, okay. Next turn, you'll be able to act. It goes to the top with Victor. And it looks up at you and says, Longshanks!
Oh, that's rude, interrogatory. I'm going to 5-foot step down.
Whoop.
I'm going to give him a flurry of blows. I'm not going to use power attack this time.
Okay. Furriber.
Furriber.
So that means I don't get any minuses. So
But you get your outslug style.
Yeah, I do.
So you got that +5 on each.
Oh,
First
no.
one's 8, second one's 10.
Both will miss horribly.
Victor!
So the issue is that something, as you're moving back, bumps the lid right next to you and you jump.
Oh, spooky.
You go to lash out, but you've moved back, and you're not close enough to actually make the hit. You move closer in, you're still ducking and weaving. That's your turn. It goes to its turn. Brevin, you're getting one. Richard, you're getting one. First one for Brevin. It's going to hit you really solidly. He's getting you with the longsword. And Victor, rolling to confirm. What is your armor class right now?
19.
It does not confirm. Nat 20s for days, boys. So luckily,
Oh my god, man.
Luckily he's hitting you with something different.
Oh, bro.
Tor, you're going to be taking the longsword.
Yeah.
Where you take 9 points of damage. It lashes into you. You can feel the energy pulsing off of it. It's vicious and dark. Similar energy to what you're using, but I don't know. It seems like it's almost burning you as it cuts into you. And Victor, as it cuts into you with its dagger, it's going to get... Take 3 points of damage. And Victor, you're going to take a third attack. What's your armor class?
19.
19, you're hit.
Oof.
As the hand axe comes up out of nowhere, you take 5 points of damage as the axe finds purchase in your arm.
Man be wheeling and dealing.
Ooh, Victor's looking very beaten and bloody. Like he is hopping back and forth, is getting a little weak. It's getting a little like...
Yeah, you're definitely bouncing, but your arms seem a little bit heavier than usual. Your arms aren't nearly as up like your guard. You definitely... That hurt. Ow.
He ain't looking good.
It then goes to Tor's turn.
Cool. Tor cannot set up to flank.
Nope.
So Tor's just gonna strike out at the dude.
Are you activated your axiomatic strike though?
Yeah, he did.
Okay.
13 to hit.
13 will miss. Sweeps over this thing's head. It almost glances it off of its longsword as it wraps around it a little bit, and it flings it off the end of it, brandishing it at you. Longshanks.
Yeah, this does not look good for us.
Astrid?
Tor's already below half from one hit, so that's not good.
Astrid.
Yeah.
I have a proposition.
Okay.
If you charge right now, I'll make it a critical hit, and you can roll to confirm.
All right, I'm gonna take that opportunity.
So, Astrid, you shake your head, and your barbarian heritage comes in. Your Kelid tribesmen, you're watching your companions get bloodied by this abomination. It's time. You charge. You get a +2 to hit on this because of the charge. You're taking a penalty to armor class, though. Nox is basically hanging onto your shoulders, like flying off the back as you go sprinting in with the staff. Give me a roll.
D20?
Come on.
D20.
Come on, Astrid. Oh, no. Oh.
It's still a solid hit,
Yeah.
but it doesn't confirm the critical. You can give me a roll for damage, though, with your lantern staff.
Okay.
Dice just are not lining up, so you can give me it's a D6 damage.
Yeah, D6, right. 2.
Takes 2 points of damage as you club it over the head. It blinks. It didn't expect you to come charging at it like that. And that's part of the reason why it kind of wrote you off as a non-threat. But you come charging in, you belt it over the head. Don't forget to add the point of fire damage because you did light your lantern. I think it goes up to the top of the round with Victor.
Oh man, Victor's he's getting pissed. If he was a barbarian, he'd rage now.
But you know what's cool, Victor, is you could effectively move around to the flank.
Did he get an attack of opportunity at any point?
He didn't, but you can still basically disengage. So you could take the step back this way and not get hit.
And then bounce into that corner.
As long as you're not moving through one of the squares, you're moving out of this square. That won't provoke. If you were to move this way, it would. But if you move down this way and then up, that won't provoke.
That won't provoke? Really?
No, it will not.
I didn't know about that. Yeah, I'll do that for the flank then.
Yeah, you can move into or out of a threatened square, but you cannot move through a threatened square. That's what provokes the attacks of opportunity.
Okay.
Tiny brain of mine.
So you saw Astrid come in and she welted this thing over the head as hard as she could. She is fairly frail, even considering the fact that she's Kelid, but she's still trying to give this her all. She's trying to split the damage up a little bit, I think. Make it count. Give us a roll.
Oh, I'm gonna give him a good punch, and I'm gonna use power attack.
Give her. You have your flanking bonus. Don't forget.
I won't. Oh, thank you, Luke.
Come on.
It's +8.
Come on, Victor. Come on, Victor.
+8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 to hit!
17 is more than enough. Give me a roll for damage.
Ooh. That's a D6 plus... He doesn't have Outslug style going, but he has power attack.
You did power attack.
+6. It's max damage. It's 12.
12? Holy crap. Okay. It's shocked by Astrid. It looks like it's about to get ready to wail on her. You come around, boom! Across the back of the head, in its back, on its massive, gross hump. You feel it crunch underneath your fist. First actual hit of this combat for you. You feel the tendons and things, they're all in the wrong place. This thing it's amazing it's even alive. You hit it so hard that its back almost cracks up, and then it hunches back over, a gout of blood coming out of its mouth spilling over the floor. As it drips down into the actual holes and these pits, you can hear whatever's down there moan in approval. It goes to his turn. Everyone's getting one. We're going to go from top to bottom. So, Astrid, first one for you. You did charge. So you're taking a penalty to AC, which means you get the -2 to armor class for charging. But your regular AC should be... Oh, it's right there. Cool. He just misses you as he lashes out at you with one of the secondary attacks. Then we'll go down to Tor. Tor, the longsword goes flying out of his hands. It lands across, it almost embeds itself in the wall, but it clatters to the floor. and Victor.
Oh my god!
It's spreading itself too thin. It's trying to hit all of you at once. Its arms are getting tangled up. The axe goes flying. It's almost like it tried to throw it at you, but it goes spinning like a boomerang across the room and bounces off of one of the doors further down in this chamber. The sounds of the clattering of the weapons rings off, and you can hear it bouncing all over this vaulted ceiling and chamber. The smell of whatever's downstairs is absolutely abysmal, but it's better than you guys getting killed. It then goes to the next in the initiative, which is Tor. You have the flank bonus. You have the axiomatic strike. Make it count. That's a solid
22.
hit. Axiomatic strike will activate.
13 points of damage.
13 points of damage. Tor, this thing is so caught up in trying to figure out its stuff. Its arms are getting tangled up. You wrap the chain around its entire body. All of its arms are lashed to itself. You pull, and it's like a spinning top, except a Cuisinart of blood, spattering yourself, Astrid, everyone except for Nox in this room, with a torrent of blood hurricane that comes off of this thing as it spins.
Oh, God.
It looks horrified. So, I'm a horror movie buff. If anybody has seen Jigsaw, which is currently on Netflix, if you want to go watch that, but there is a trap in that's basically it involves a motorcycle and a very large spiral. Either way, that's kind of what this thing looks like by the end of that. So if you haven't seen that and you do have the stomach for it, I would go watch that. You'll know exactly what I'm talking about, and the visual will make a lot more sense, except for the fact that its blood comes out in almost gouts of black and red, as opposed to just red. And it falls to the ground in a heap of blood and gore and missing body parts. One of the arms actually fell off, much to the thing in this pit's approval. It would be this pit, it's slightly open. And this Coruvus dies. Lady, gentlemen.
Tor covers up the pit and, like, goes to each pit, covers them up, like, walks with the top, dripping blood into each thing, and then just chucks the body to the side, picks up the longsword.
As you're looking down, Brevin, you can see... Oh, I knew I was missing something. That's fine. You look down, you can see that there are zombies down in the pit. It looks up as you drip blood onto it.
If we find oil, I want to burn these things.
Burn these things? What? Oh, zombies. Ugh, spooky.
Yeah. I'd rather not leave undead behind. Not only that, but I don't want to leave these poor people to this fate.
That's fair. Although I'm sure they're not getting out of these holes.
I meant being undead, not being stuck in the holes. They're all undead. So.
oh yeah. Victor nods.
That's very true.
Is there zombies in, like, all these holes?
Each one of them has one.
They're each their own holes, too.
Yeah, it's like it's a prison for zombies. There's 11 of them.
Damn. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Let's see what Victor has in his inventory. I know I have a flint and steel.
So these zombies seem very beaten down. They seem kind of disheveled, so to speak. However, Astrid, actually Tor, you're the one with the knowledge religion, correct?
I do have knowledge religion.
You can give me a roll, please.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. You'll know that positive energy, like what Astrid does with her healing hex, would be probably enough to kill these things if you guys went for it.
Unfortunately, I cannot do that.
But you can ask her to do it.
True.
Maybe say pretty, please.
Maybe. So if we poured enough positive energy into these creatures, such as healing your healing, Astrid, these things will more than likely die.
Well, die is kind of subjective. They are
Well,
undead.
They'll finally find their peace.
Also, just before you do that, Victor's gonna get real close because he's gonna want that heal. He's just gonna like shamble forward.
Have you already given Victor a healing today, Astrid?
I have not.
Okay, well, Victor, you can give Victor a healing, and each one of these things, if you do use your positive energy on them, you do have to touch them, but reaching down, you could barely reach, but you can make it so that you can just barely touch them. They reach up to try and grab you, but as you channel the positive energy, it's almost as if they disintegrate away. They've been down here for a very long time. Victor, Astrid, you can give me a roll for Victor's healing if you do want to give him some of that heal.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you don't have to, but it'd be really nice.
We're doing it. That'll be 7.
7,
2.
it'd be 9. So 9 points of healing, Victor.
Oh, that feels much better. Now he's just a bit bruised and bloodied, but he's doing all right.
Yep.
Tor is going to cast Detect Magic on the flaming longsword.
It's not so much flaming as it is just bright red and smoking. It's peculiar. You get Detect Magic. You can determine that this thing is it is a magical longsword. Its properties are unknown to you.
Tor sheaths that.
There isn't really a sheath for it, so you can tuck it into your belt.
He'll tuck it into his belt.
Okay.
That's his shelf. That's his sheath.
Works for me. There's also a nice look. The hand axe that he was using does seem to be good. Like, it seems like it's a nice axe. And the dagger appears to be made out of some kind of silver material.
Anyone want these? If not, I'm going to pick them up and then probably supply these to, well, the dagger probably to Snongle and the axe more than likely to the guards.
I could probably go for an axe, to be honest.
Then the axe is yours.
Can Astrid use an axe? Here's the question. Can Astrid use it? Add a custom weapon. Let's have a look. Let's have a look.
A Luke? You're a Luke. We have you. Haha!
Victor's gonna be very suggestive in the fact that he just kind of like puts his hands down into his pocket to put his weapons away, and then pulls out his hands again, like, oh, my hands are my weapons.
You are not proficient with a hand axe.
Oh.
You are, however, proficient with that silver knife.
Jessie?
Sorry. School stuff's going on right now, so I'm a little sidetracked.
I'll kill Joey, I swear. No, I won't. He's a good boy. So, Jessie.
What was the question?
You're unable to actually use the hand axe efficiently. However, you can use the dagger.
Oh, alright, yeah, let's go. Let's do it.
So, it is...
Nice.
Alchemically treated. Buy it for free, please.
So then Tor will hold on to the axe. Axiomatic strike.
Ah!
The dogs of war. My mom's going to do her best to corral those boys upstairs. But the dogs do like to scream a little bit. Yeah, so we'll probably be able to finish the exploration here by the end of this session. So if you guys are ready to go, we can continue.
Yeah, let's go.
I'm ready.
Allons-y. I just want to double check, make sure he didn't have any other fun items on him. Nope, that seems like it's it.
As long as it's nothing he's wearing, because I ripped that man in half.
What was he wearing?
I don't know, man.
Yeah, he did have some like nasty, raggedy clothes, but like whatever. Astrid, the dagger itself, it has a the back end of it. It almost looks like a shiv, like a stiletto, but the bottom end of it has a skull facing upwards. So if you were to stick it down in a table, the skull is facing upright. I will send you a picture of what these weapons look like so that you guys have a good idea, but I'm trying to do my best to describe it for when this becomes just audio. But that's effectively what the knife looks like. The long sword looks like it's hewn almost out of just pure stone. It gives off smoke and is bright red, but doesn't seem to give any kind of actual like bonus of fire, if that makes sense. The hand axe seems like it's well made, but it's got a wooden handle. The stone that makes up its actual head has an intricate design carved into it. There's a couple of chips out of the blade, but nothing a little sharpening wouldn't do to help. So, Victor, you're the first one to get there, and that's when you come over to this hallway. It leads down. There is a corner that cuts off to the stage right, but your left. And there is another doorway directly down to the end of this hall. It's about...
Man, there's too much wacky shit going on here. Victor's going to stealth.
Okay.
He's going to creep his way down the hallway.
Give me a roll.
You can see that there's a turn there. D20. Boop, 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 plus 0. That's 11 total.
11 total? Okay, keep that in mind. So you start to creep your way down, moving slowly. Are you guys following up behind him, or are you going to let him do his stealth?
Oh, I'm coming.
Okay. Are you attempting to stealth as well?
Yes.
Okay, give me a roll.
Yeah.
All he is. Roll! Give me the stealth, damn it.
5 total.
You have a penalty to stealth?
Yeah.
What? Since when?
16.
Oh my god.
I have a penalty to that, as well as to climb, as well as to acrobatics.
Armor check penalty and no ranks in it. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Damn, man. Okay, so 5. So Tor, your chain is rattling. Luckily, you're bringing up the rear. So if there is any kind of stealthing happening, if something comes out, they're not going to expect Victor and Astrid to be in front of you. But that is the case. You guys slowly creep your way down. Rattle, rattle, rattle. As you come up to this edge, you kind of peer around. And that's the point where you can see there's another staircase, similar to the one that you guys saw over by the that nice-looking well where Snongle was taken away.
Is it also kind of looking like it's blocked off, like nothing's been in there for a while?
In a very similar fashion, yes, with the exception to the fact that this one goes down.
I'm going to check the door across from us first.
Okay. Stealthy move up.
I'm going to suggest Tor keep an eye on that staircase.
Yeah, Tor will stop moving and just stand at that staircase.
Yeah.
Victor, you open this door. There is this strange room is 15 feet in diameter. It's a sphere. It doesn't have a flat floor. It is a sphere. There are several objects floating in the room, spinning lazily in space. There's a book that seems very ragged. There's a scroll, a bottle of wine, a dead raven surrounded by a halo of floating and writhing maggots, a twisted iron wand with a forked tip, and yet perhaps the most unnerving aspect of the room are the walls, which are plated in sheets of strange red metal that ripple every once in a while and are with silent black electricity that seems to coalesce into strange runes or even words far too often for the effect to be chance. This room is weird.
It's like an anti-gravity room.
A little bit, yeah.
I don't know if you should walk in there, Tor says, looking over the shoulder.
I'm gonna hold on here. Let's see what I have.
That bird might have gone in there and died there.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and toss a coin into the room.
You flip it, and the coin doesn't stop flipping. It flips up and up and up and bounces off of one of the spherical walls and then floats gently from the point of impact.
Have I noticed anything about the coin? Like anything change about it?
Nope. It's just a coin.
Normal coin. All right, that's fucking weird. Does anyone know what's going on here? Does anyone like? Hey Astrid, you're pretty good with magic.
I mean, you have your magic crew 10 feet back, so yeah.
Yeah. Magic boys, anything weird about this?
Astrid, you can give me a roll, knowledge arcana.
14 total.
14. You think, and think is operative, that there is a spell in motion here that is causing the things to float. You're tossing up the idea of what it could be. It could be a couple of things. There's maybe like 3 different spells you think it might be. It could be a modified featherfall. It could be zero gravity specifically. It could be a levitate spell. You're not sure. It could be any of them. But you're sure that there is a spell in effect that is causing the things to float. Whether it's innate or whether it is something that's going to hurt you or not is something that you're not sure.
Does it look like the rooms on the sides of the walls or sphere? Does it look like it's coming from them?
There is serious magical energy coming off of this thing, yeah. So if either Tor or Astrid uses detect magic, this place will basically light up your brain like a fuse box. It's when you stand up too fast, you got low iron, and you can see the stars sparkle in front of your eyes.
Yeah.
It does that when you attempt to do detect magic. It is a very potently magical place, but you're not quite sure why. You do detect that some of the things in here, though, are also magical. You're picking up some other small things, which is part of why it's so overwhelming. It's very much just like overstimulation of your senses.
So I have an entire prosthetic arm. What's the closest thing that I could grab inside that room with my arm?
You can wait for a bit, because things are floating, like they're floating around.
Yeah.
You can effectively hang onto the door and just kind of like reach in and grab at some stuff. You could grab pretty much anything, because if you stepped in, you grab onto the door's not going anywhere, it's fixed there. So you're basically swinging off of it. Is that something you want to do? Do you want to like hang onto the door to try and keep your grip?
I wasn't hoping to go in the room in case whatever magic is causing everything to float also has a side effect. That's why I wanted to put my prosthetic arm in.
So you put in your prosthetic arm, and it almost feels like your shoulder has no weight to it.
Weird.
Like your arm feels like it has a weight of 0. So imagine how jarring that would be, that you basically have it's like being suspended in a pool of water, or when you're in a plane and like one of those like jumbo jets that does like the zero gravity thing. It feels like that, but specifically localized to your prosthetic arm.
Let's see. Does Victor go in? I feel like, yeah. He's gonna go reach for something. What was something of importance? Do you think, like something very obviously more valuable than the rest? Like, I'm not going to reach for the dead bird, but
well, Richard, I'm going to tell you what you are reaching for, because you're a worshiper of Caden Colleen. There's a bottle of wine in there that's got your name on it.
Oh yeah, I'm going to reach for that bottle of wine, and it's probably good vintage.
It looks like decent wine. It doesn't. Weird thing, there's no dust on it. It seems like it's new, like it was bought recently.
That's not worrying at all.
Well, this place has been habited. That there are things that have lived here.
Yeah.
So it's not uncommon to see this.
Other people could have thrown stuff in there. It's just.
You said there was a book, a fork, the bird, a scroll, and now there's a coin.
So,
can you grab the book and the scroll, please, as well?
Sure, I'm gonna reach in, just kind of like wait, time it out for when it like starts to float by, and I'm gonna reach in with my prosthetic arm and just kind of grab it.
Okay, you grab the book. It seems old, like old as sin, but it appears like it's not gonna be like it's not delicate, but it is old.
All right, I hand that back to Astrid behind me.
Okay.
I do a knowledge history check on it.
Do you speak Abyssal?
No.
Yeah, that's a crickets on that one for sure. Yeah, no, you've got no idea how old this book could be.
Damn. Of all the languages.
If you guys had used detect magic, I'm assuming that somebody did at some point for this.
Yes, that would be me.
This book would have given off a magical aura, not a powerful one, but it does give one off.
Yeah. What other things give off magical auras? I'm assuming the scroll.
Pretty much everything but the bird and the wine.
Cool. So then,
and the coin now, I suppose.
Yeah.
There's a scroll.
So I'll ask him for the fork as well. So the scroll.
So it isn't actually a fork. You kind of ran off with that description on it. It's a twisted iron wand with a forked tip.
So it's a wand.
The operative word was wand, not fork.
That can also be used to eat food.
So what you're saying is, I can use it to eat stuff with.
All right, I'm gonna snatch up all that except the dead bird. Like the dead bird is of no interest.
Okay, the bird remains floating. The maggots orbiting it around. You kind of flick one away to try and get it away from you because it's trying to get dangerously close to your face. Yeah, gross. You're still hanging on fast to the door, but you find that as your body's in here, you're not being lifted up. It's not fizzy lifting drinks. You're just weightless. It's like there's no problems here. Like this place is just you're suspended. Just double checking what the gifts are. So that's a whole thing. The iron wand, you guys can attempt to identify that if you'd like.
Victor tries to identify it. Yep, that's wood.
Is it wood?
Would that be knowledge arcana?
So what it's going to be is knowledge arcana for sure, but also spellcraft. So spellcraft, primarily spellcraft.
I don't have either of those, so it's...
I have both.
You.
Yeah, it'll be spellcraft, Astrid.
24.
This is a wand of shocking grasp.
Huh. Oh.
What's it do? Do I know?
It is a fairly potent spell that allows you to conjure electricity to shock opponents. It's a damage spell similar to Burning Hands.
Can I use that?
At your next level, we can put points into use magic device so you can use it, yeah.
Cool.
Being able to use wands is dope. You also have the scroll. You can give me another roll. It's going to be spellcraft on that as well, Astrid.
16.
16, you will recognize this as a scroll of Burning Hands. The only reason that you're actually able to identify it's familiar to you because you've seen it written before. It is something that knocks. It's one of those things that you recognize it through your telepathic connection with your familiar. That it's like, oh yeah, I know that one. You'll be able to actually use this without having to mess around too much. You could basically invoke it because you already know the spell.
So then both of them will go to you, Astrid.
Astrid's getting some swag right now. You can mark down for the Wand of Shocking Grasp. It has 28 charges.
Nice. I'm also going to make sure I get that wine and the coin back.
You will definitely be able to get your coin back.
Nice. It was only a silver coin I threw in, but I'd like that back.
Nothing too crazy, but you do manage to reclaim it, and it finds its way into your coin purse among the rest of your gold.
Nice. That's weird. I'd love to go back to that room if it's ever determined safe. It looks fun.
Well, I mean, I'd take the bird out of it if you want to hang out in there, but whatever.
Tor will look to Astrid. Would I be able to hold the that book?
Astrid hands it over.
Tor will put it in his bag.
Does Tor speak Abyssal?
Nope.
Okay. It's written in what appears to be gobbledygook.
Well, let's find out who does.
Actually, that's racist. It's not gobbledygook because that's what goblins They don't write, but they draw pictures. That's gobbledygook. But technically, it's written in a language that's complete gibberish to you. You have no idea.
Yeah. Tor will press up against the wall so that way Victor can check out the stairs. Are we even able to go down?
The stairs are literally blocked off. The
Cool,
tunnel's
so then we're just
completely
heading
collapsed.
back.
Yeah.
So we're just heading back.
You guys make your way back through the glassworks, through the catacombs of wrath, over the corpses of your enemies. These monstrosities and creatures, you've shredded them. But now you guys are finally leaving. You make your way through and arrive back out of the glassworks to a familiar face. Where'd he go?
Oh. Yeah, it's him. He's back.
Hey, thank
Went to
goodness,
Magmar,
man.
right?
Sheriff Hemlock is standing there, and he's not out of breath, but it's almost as if he just arrived. He was coming to get you and make sure you guys were okay. He's seeing you guys. You're still, what are you guys looking like as far as, like, health? Like, is everyone okay, or?
Tor is bloodied.
So he sees.
So is Victor, but not, like, heavily.
He sees that you guys are fairly banged up, all with the exception to Astrid, but you're probably less banged up than you would be because of Astrid, which is kind of nice. Sheriff Hemlock looks at you guys and looks amazed, and he says, "What the hells is this all doing under the glassworks?"
No idea.
I'd like to ask the same question. Who builds a glassworks on top of...
A catacombs.
Uh,
Also, gonna say this right now, they seem to have a better jail. So
oh my god, Brevin!
Some people are using it.
Just a heads up on that one.
Sheriff Hemlock looks confused, but is just like, I'm not doing this today, no.
Nope.
So what'll happen is, he'll look at you guys and say, I'll wait for the debrief when you guys are rested and ready. I'd like to get it as freshly as possible, so go and see Father Xantus, receive some kind of treatment, and come and meet me at the garrison, please.
Of course.
Can do.
Father Xantus will meet with you guys with open arms. You guys are obviously the heroes of Sandpoint multiple times over.
Was he offering a hug?
Definitely not the Tor.
Father Xantus will heal you all to full. He's very capable as a spellcaster. He'll be able to make sure you guys are rejuvenated and replenished. He'll ask you guys about what you found down there.
Tor will take out the book.
As you're pulling it out, I'm assuming you have some kind of like shoulder bag kind of thing.
Yeah.
So
and he's during like his little walk there, he would have taken the bag in front of him and wrapped it in cloth so that way he can just kind of conceal it and then show it.
So as you lift it up and you start bringing the book out, Father Xantus's eyes go wide and he says, "Put that away now."
Tor closes it, throws it in his bag again.
It's the angriest you've ever heard him. He says, "That is an unholy place."
I'm sorry to bring it in here, Father. I did not know.
He's going to take some calming breaths. He's very unsettled by that. He says, "Do you have any idea what that is?"
No. None of us know.
It is an unholy text of Lamashtu. It's written in Abyssal. I don't know what place that was you went to underneath the glassworks, but I think that we should seal it up and never think of it again. If we could destroy it, that would be better.
I mean, before we do that, there was a lot down there that should probably be looked into first.
They had many undead down there, and creatures I've never seen before.
And a pool for spawning more of these atrocities.
Yeah. We found a demon of Lamashtu pouring blood into a pool of almost molten water.
And you thought it wise to take their religious texts?
We didn't find it on the creature.
Father Xantus, you can tell, is confused and conflicted because he doesn't understand why you would have taken it, but he also kind of, like, he understands that you guys are adventurers, and he's doing his best to kind of, like, turn the other cheek on this one, but also he kind of wants to punch you on the nose for taking that out of that place. However,
I will find a way to destroy it.
He's going to take a steadying breath, and he's going to say, anything that you found down there that seems to be historical in nature, I would recommend you go and visit with Brodert Quink. He is our expert on Thessalonian history.
We got quite the expert ourselves, pointing to Astrid, who's clearly knows a bit about Thessalonian stuff.
Father Xantus looks at you, and it's the first time he kind of, like, seems to visibly relax since the book came out. And he'll look at Astrid and say, my dear, I'm not doubting that you have knowledge of Thassalon, but Brodert Quink has dedicated his entire life to the history of Thassalon. He came here to view the Old Light. It's part of Thessalonian history, and he's something of a renowned expert. It's very little about Thassalon that he doesn't know, and what he doesn't know isn't known by anybody. I got real quiet after that shit.
Well, we will try to speak to him. Question. Does the name Illyrium mean anything to you?
He's gonna look at you and say, means nothing to me.
A creature down within the depths referred to a Queen Illyrium, hoping that he could make them proud.
What kind of creature?
An abomination. Looked like a goblin, however, was massively deformed, had 3 arms, hunchback. I think it had 3 eyes.
He looks like he's, like, on the verge of vomiting from your description. He says, if what you say is true, that there was some kind of demon down there as well. If that area was sealed off, it's very possible that that demon is the Illyrium he seeks. Father Xantus is very wise, and he pieces that together for you guys.
Well then. Thank you, Father. I'm sorry for bringing that text within your halls.
He says, I'm not... You can tell that he's, like, trying to search for the right words. He says, I can tell that your chosen religion is not one that I personally find savory, but I look the other way because of the things you do for this town. But when bringing things into my church, please be careful. There's already one unholy text that you bring in here with you that I'm willing to look past.
True.
And you can tell through his tone that is the only warning he's going to give you before he tells you to fuck off. It's basically like walking into a church with a fucking anarchist symbol on your chest, an upside-down pentagram on your thing, and you start spitting fake blood all over people. This is basically what you did to his church by bringing that book in there. It's kind of messed up. It's a little bit sacrilegious, and it really hurt his feelings.
I will try to find a way to destroy it, Father.
As long as it's not in here, I don't care.
I will also say that it seems that there will very soon be a day that both Desna and Zon-Cathon are needed to protect this town.
He'll close his eyes, and he says, our faiths may not be one and the same, but I believe our purpose can be...
joined.
Yeah, basically. I believe that our purposes can be one and the same. And as long as you do your utmost to help this town, I will help you. Just leave the...
I'll leave the texts out of it.
Thank you. It says, in this place, I look past your religion, and I look past your demeanor. Because it is what my goddess would want. It is Desna's will. You are a traveler, and you've come through here, and I will offer you protection. And that's pretty much his way of saying, it's about time for you guys to go.
Yep.
You're all healed to full, and
Yay!
you guys leave the church.
As we're leaving, Tor looks to the rest and he's like, do any of us know where Snongle lives?
None of you have asked her.
Well, I can't drop this stuff off at her place.
I'm
Alright.
sure that little rascal is very notorious in town. We could ask anyone, and they'd probably know where she is.
Probably. Anyway, we should get to the debriefing first.
Smash cut. You guys get to the debriefing. This is obviously the smash cut is after you've told the Sheriff Hemlock. Let's get some proper characters up on the screen, please. Sheriff Hemlock. The sheriff and the jailer, they're sitting there. Their mouths aren't agape, but you can tell that they want to be. They're keeping their demeanor calm, but after what you've told them, everything from... And you can also, as you guys walk in, you can see Pseudo sitting there. He's conscious, but he's still manacled, and he's bound very thoroughly. They don't want him going anywhere.
I get my thumb screws from the jailer.
And the jailer will say, I don't like the use of these things, but I can't deny that they're damn effective.
Right?
So Sheriff Hemlock will basically say to you, so Pseudo Kaijutsu, the man in the cage over there, killed his own father using his glassworks and all of his employees. He's teamed up with the goblins and Father Tobin's dead daughter, Noalia.
Yes.
To destroy Sandpoint.
Yes, again.
In the name of Lamashtu.
Bingo.
If it was anybody else telling me this, or any other scenario, or any lack of evidence, I wouldn't believe you. This is insane.
What do you mean? Yep. We got this proof. We got that little book.
Well, that's what he's saying, is that, like, this is absolutely insane to think that this could possibly happen, but it's happening, and he has evidence to prove it, and he's just kind of like, shit. Like,
From the way that Pseudo was speaking, it seems that he believes that this town had scorned him and his love.
Brevin,
repeatedly.
You'll actually have, as you say that, a wad of spit will hit you in the side of the head from the jail cell.
Yes, Pseudo, would you like to speak up?
You know nothing.
I mean, you told me quite a bit in between the screaming, but,
He didn't tell you a whole lot, actually.
No, but he told me that he loves somebody, and that's enough for Tor.
He says, my love will burn you all. And he sits back down in the cell.
Well, fun for us. We'll probably die from suffocation first, so...
Sheriff Hemlock will curb the conversation. He says, I'm not sure what to do. Shalelu mentioned about the goblins. He says, it sounds like you dealt with one down there, one of those goblin heroes.
Yeah.
Well, I guess we know where that little asshole went. It's kind of jarring to hear Sheriff Barlow or Hemlock call a goblin an asshole, but at the same time, goblins are kind of assholes.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah. Victor's going to pop open his wine, and he's just going to, like, take out his Caden Colleen tankard that he won in that competition early on. He's just going to pour it in there so he can drink it.
You pour it quite gracefully. Like, Victor, you seem rough around the edges. You got some silver in your hair and beard, but the way you pour the wine is very elegant. you have your cup tipped. You make sure you twist the bottle at the end so that not to drip anything. And as you drink it, you make sure to do it in a way that would benefit the wine, not just for the sake of drinking it.
There's a right way and a wrong way to drink all kinds of alcohol.
Absolutely. There's a glass for every beer. It's weird.
Well, the only thing that we can do at the moment, Sheriff Hemlock, is create defenses for this town.
He says,
and prepare for a battle.
He says, well, according to the journal, he holds a journal up that you have given to him to read. He'll say, according to the journal, Thistletop is the place that you need to be. What happened to the Snongle?
She had to do dishes.
Yeah, he's not even lying.
Tor stares at Hemlock like dead serious. And then her mother came into the catacombs just to grab her.
Sheriff Hemlock shudders and he says, God rest her soul.
Is that a normal thing for Snongle?
He says, I wouldn't get in between. Snongle doesn't really have a last name, but he basically says that he wouldn't get in between Snongle and her mother if there were 10,000 crowns on the line.
That's a good thing we didn't try her then.
Very good thing. She's a tiny terror. She's a tyrant.
She wants to do a fucking tune.
Well then, okay. So,
Sheriff Hemlock says, I'm going to be going over the information again. It appears that Pseudo won't be hurting anybody anymore, but I think that the next step is probably going to be to head to Thistletop and head this off at the pass.
Yeah.
First, I think we should get Snongle.
He says, Snongle, you'll give you directions to Snongle's house, and he says, but wait for her to come to you. She'll meet you at the Rusty Dragon. Trust me, you don't want to get in between them. It's a bad idea. He'll look at you and say, if you think pissing off Van Vinder was a mistake, you have no idea.
How do you know about that?
Small town.
Tor looks at Victor. Everybody knows about that. Even the kids know about that.
Oh, no, not the kids.
So as you guys leave the garrison, you can actually hear a couple of kids running around, and they're singing a song. Something to the effect of, you hear some kind of thing. 1 second. There's an actual song to go with this.
Oh, I dropped my pen.
It's about us. There better be something in there about a store owner beating the crap out of one of them.
Oh no, that'd be hilarious. I might work on that in my own time, but we'll see.
Yeah. Get Christian to make it.
Oh my god, that'd be disgusting. Okay, it gives me that, but that's not what I wanted. Does it tell me? Yeah, it does. Okay, I need to go to... Nope, scroll up a little bit. Well, that was just a lie. Oh, it's because it's... Yeah, okay, that makes sense. I was like, what do you mean? But it's because it would be right at the end. But that means we got to go to the appendix. Sandpoint. Where's Das Corvette? Because we're effectively on our way out. So what we're going to do is we're going to start next session. Snongle will hopefully rejoin you guys, and you'll be starting off with your discussion with Brodert Quink. Just looking for, not the tannery, not pillbugs.
Thessalonian knowledge.
And what was the town you said? Thistletop?
It's not a town. It's actually pretty much a fortress called Thistletop. You remember from Shalalu's debriefing that she mentioned that there is a tribe of goblins called the Thistletop Goblins that have taken over, and it's basically the best setup that any of the goblin tribes have. They have one of the sweetest setups.
Hey, we're gonna burn this place to the ground. What do you look for? Whatever you're looking for, Luke.
Pretty much. I'm just trying to find it. Where the hell is It's the red dog.
Victor's gonna suggest visiting the general store before we leave, just to pick up.
Just to rub it in his face. You're allowed to go there.
Pick up the necessary supplies for our coming fight.
But we should wait for Snongle.
Oh, of course.
Here it is. Yeah, there it is. Okay, Red Dog Smithy. Das Corvette.
We'll all have a day out.
You hear a bunch of kids go running past, and they say, "Here comes Crazy Man Das Corvette, mad as a cut snake in a wagon rut. See how he chops go bouncity bounce? How many people has he trounced? 1, 2, 3, 4," as they jump in the jump rope. You see a man standing over by a smithy, arms folded, big frown. Also, big mutton chops that go bouncity bounce.
I like that.
Like this man looks like he's turning red. Maybe not in the same way that Van Vinder did, where he wanted to trounce you, but he's definitely pissed. He's angry. Stupid kids.
Stupid fucking kids.
As they're getting ready to do another round of it, he basically comes up and goes, "Hey!" And the kids all scamper off.
Screaming.
At the beginning of next session, you guys will effectively have received your 3rd level. It's going to be pretty hot. So next week, we're going to be coming back to a group of level 3 adventurers. Hopefully, the whole party is going to be intact. It's going to be pretty epic. But for now, we're going to be signing off. It's been Hands to Hilts. I'm Luke.
Hey guys, I'm Jessie.
I'm Brevin.
And I'm Richard.
And we'll catch you next week.
Bye.